There we are, live to Twitch. We have come up from the darkness that is our lives to surface at the level of the Twitch viewers.
We are waiting for Ken. And during that, you get to watch this hot mess try to figure things out.
The only people who are going to see this part are people watching it on YouTube later. So hello, YouTube viewers. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to hang out for a little bit here while we wait for Ken.
How do I get to
Something is wrong with the chat view in OBS. So we're just going to...
Can you just open...
I wonder if I could... How do I... If I close it...
So you might know how things work as usual. This is how we like to open every show.
I'm so scared of OBS.
I'm in the chat room.
That if I close and then oh, there we
Did
go.
that work?
Look at
Can
that.
you see?
I can see it now because I closed and reopened the chat. So hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. What have we been doing lately? And what are we going to talk about tonight? We're going to talk about a movie. You know what I want to say here in front of the masses, the future masses of people watching this YouTube video.
What? Okay, I'm sorry. I need to rearrange.
I want to play more board games.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Well, maybe Nerdfest will get you excited about that.
I am excited.
Well, what a thing to bring up.
I just need somebody to play with.
Oh,
Emily.
There we go. My camera. Well,
I need you to get excited. Look at this. Puma Peter in the chat is also excited and will play a game with me. Thank you very much. I am so excited. I signed to Ryan today, and he was like, man, can you believe Nerdfest is a week away, Janelle? And I... I don't know.
Wait, didn't she have a nickname like J-Dog or something? Sorry.
Changes every time. You can't be there.
Oh, that is true. I saw that.
That's heartbreaking.
She's got a little baby angel to take care of.
Bummer. No, I'm sure that's wonderful.
Well,
we'll catch you at the next Nerdfest.
Yeah.
Nerdfest 3.0.
Okay, I know you want to play games, but really quick, because I have a funny story. So upstairs, I made myself another drink. It is a lemon vodka mixed drink.
Okay.
And so I had the lemon vodka in the cup, and I'm like, Ben, just take a sip. Just try this vodka on its own. Just take a little sip. He essentially takes a shot, and he's like, whoa, there's alcohol in there.
You didn't say it was vodka. You said, here, taste this, and poured it.
Take a sip.
You had a bottle of looked like lemon juice from the fridge, and you poured it on some ice, and it looked like you were going to mix it with something in your drink.
I was going to. I did.
And, I got distracted here about Janelle's issues as to why she can't come. They all sound very reasonable and terrible.
No fun.
You never want to not come because of bad things, though cutest is not a bad thing. But they broken down cars.
The baby's good. Everything else sucks, which I understand. Been there.
I live in a perpetual state of broken down cars because I hate spending money on cars. I think
everything's broken down because we hate spending money. Oh, wait. Sorry, really quick. The other thing about this drink, I made it. I had it on the counter. Ben had a shot of vodka, essentially. Ben came down here. I went to the bathroom. And then during that, she will be 10 in a week. Knock, knock, knock. Whoa. Hey, Mom, I had I just was trying your lemon drink.
Really?
I'm like, Elsa. Yes. She was like, it's pretty good. But then I tasted the alcohol. Why are you, if you know that, so she'll be drunk in about 10 seconds, but that was an accident. But yeah, so she's telling me, she's like, it was pretty good. That's not a good sign for a 10-year-old. Okay, I'm sorry.
Fixing your cars yourselves is pretty impressive. I feel like I went through stages of that, and I cycle in and out of trying to do it myself and doing a bad job, and then not doing it myself. There was one time that we had a car and I think it had a bad wheel bearing, or it had
Talking
some
about
sort
the
of
old
problem.
Dodge Stratus.
Yeah, and it happened in the spring, and I just rode my bike to work every day until it started to get so cold.
Yeah,
I went all year, and then it got so cold I couldn't do it anymore.
that did work
Then we
out
had to
really
get the
nice,
car
but
fixed.
then, yeah.
But I finally fixed something that had been broken on the Jeep that I have for years last year.
The Jeep is still like, I don't know if we should be driving that.
But
every time you go in it, I don't know if I'm going to survive.
It is going to do the wheels fall off, and you're just sitting in a seat sliding down the road.
Down
That's
the
gonna
road,
happen
and you
for
see
sure.
it just going past you.
But I needed it. There's a sway bar linkage in the front that keeps the Jeep from going.
Yeah, this hot material.
And that was broken and had been broken since I had it. And I was like, I'm gonna. The linkages are pretty cheap. I'll do it. I can do this. But to get the bolts out of the old one was insane. I actually ended up.
Wait, my eye.
I from Harbor Freight had a Torx bit that I got, like a big 50 millimeter Torx bit, and I broke the bit. The bit snapped in half because I had a breaker bar on there. Finally, I had to go borrow a cutter and I had to cut the bolt off.
No, I thought you brought it in, and then they also like broke theirs or something.
No, I did all this myself. I borrowed a cutter from Seth. I cut the bolt off.
That's okay.
And then I used ball joint, like one of those pry tools for ball joints, because it's like a tapered thing that goes in.
I do remember.
And it went off like a gunshot on the one way. First, I had it facing towards the house, and it shot. It broke through the siding.
I do remember that. So
I turned the Jeep around.
I like that Janelle says engine bolts are wrist and tool killers, and it's like, yes. So Ben should not be doing any of this.
I turned the Jeep around to do the other one, and it landed.
It was like across
in the middle
street.
of the neighbor's driveway.
Yeah, across the street in their driveway. Like, you're trying to take out people in town.
Oops.
And that's
Well, I
why
gotta fix
Ben shouldn't.
No,
work
I fixed
on
it. It's
cars.
great now.
I've had some bad cars. I don't know how to necessarily fix things. I know how to fix a starter. Okay, but done that many a times. But I don't know how to do like a ton of car stuff.
Someday we'll get a newer car, a newer vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Someday, some way, somehow,
Here comes a big guy.
it'll happen.
Sure.
Maybe. But our current main vehicle is a 2011. It's the newest vehicle we've ever owned. Very fancy. 2011. living that high life.
It's not, but
Before,
also the back AC doesn't work, so then the kids are like literally dying
That's
in
true.
the summer.
That's the Stratus that my Jeep now is a 2004. The Stratus that you had was a 2004. But before that, I had that black Jeep Cherokee that was a 99.
And I had what I called the Captain, which was a Ford Taurus station wagon. It was, I think, a 94. I think I
baby.
had that.
Hey, look,
There's
a puppy.
puppy.
A puppy.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Ken, we can't hear you
yeah,
at
I
all.
can't hear you though.
He
Oh, wait.
hates
Oh.
this.
He
You can't?
look at no, we can now. We can.
Hello.
Oh my
I
gosh!
fixed it, yeah.
Look at that little tiny puppy.
What's going on?
How's the puppy life?
It's fine. He pees and poops in the same spot a lot.
Inside?
So it's just a stinky spot.
This
Yeah,
sounds
inside.
exactly like
We're working on it.
spaghetti, where she was like, "No, I know how to go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
Just do
right
it in the
here.
hall in the same
Yeah,
spot."
I know where to go.
I know where to go.
Yeah.
I don't see the problem.
I'll pee on the newest. I'll pee on the newest carpet in the house. Don't worry.
Oh no!
Yeah. Are you
Oh,
going
man.
out? You
Look at
leaving?
him
Okay,
like
hold on.
standing by the door.
It's so little.
Well, do you have any more fun stories? What have you been doing that's fun and exciting before we get started here?
I mean, I've been working out with you.
And what is that like? What is that
hard.
experience like?
Ken knows the workout experience.
Working out with me?
Yeah.
What's
It's
that?
You know the
Oh, I hate working out with you.
We got to get thick as frick.
that's our motto while we work out.
Succulent and juicy is the goal. 4 feet wide by
I
the
know.
4th of July.
Megan
4
wants to
feet
do it
wide by
too.
the 4th of July.
Yeah.
We did like a essentially
I
what's it called? Like a baseline today to be like, where am I now? So if we do it again in a
Mm.
month or two, those suck.
Well,
Those
Emily
suck.
asked me to come up with a test, and she turned down the first one,
Those are
so I
not
had
fun.
came up with a harder test.
Yeah, that is kind of true. But
Right.
oof, it was hard. It was hard.
I'm always so what's it called?
Hmm.
Blurry. Here, what if we just do this?
The whole time, can you do that, please?
Just hold it.
Yeah.
We're
Move
gonna
it
do the
around.
whole show. I'm not
What up,
trimmed up enough
guys?
to be this close.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, gang.
Right.
Emily's right over there, if anybody was wondering. There she
Ooh.
is. Always right next to me.
Always throws me off that she's on your right.
She's right there.
Oh, it's because we're looking at this.
Mhm.
Wait, that's not right.
Yeah, this isn't right at all. Wait.
Can I
Oh,
not
wait.
move you
Oh, my
guys in
gosh.
the-
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Backwards?
Let's just switch
Always
us
have been.
around here.
Wait, what if Ben looks like a whole different person?
Look, now we can look at each other.
Wait, point to me.
Oh, wait.
Not in Discord. It's not any
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
It's not any different.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm screwing up the
Why
stream.
can't I just
I am
why
messing.
can't I just drag and drop you
What
guys?
are you doing?
I need to stop what I'm doing because this is a disaster.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I'm not even like centered correctly in the
What are you doing right now?
I don't know. Everything's falling
So-
apart.
That's
Ken-
my secret. Never
Ken-
be centered. Yeah.
What's up with you? What's new other than puppy life? Well, you can talk about puppy life.
Puppy
Nothing.
life, puppy
It's
wife.
golf season, which I know is
Puppy
a
life.
favorite topic on this
Have you been
channel.
golfing?
I do love talking about
We
golf
golf-
on this channel.
First day was yesterday, and we've had unseasonably warm weather all winter long, right?
Well, that is, yeah.
Only had to use the snowblower once. Like everything else has been dustings of snow. It was 80 last weekend. That's not an exaggeration.
That's
It was low
insane.
80s. So we get out there yesterday. It was like 55 when we left here.
Ooh,
Problem
that's
is
nice,
we
though.
golf at it was sunny and 55, but we golf at it's a rural farmland type field. So once you get out there, there's nothing to slow down the wind at
Yeah.
all.
Oh,
Yeah.
baby.
At all. And it's not, the golf course is not, they haven't put in the trees to
Oh,
account
yeah.
for that.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
it
know
wound
exactly.
it wound up being like, I'm out there in,
It's like
a
25
polo.
in the wind.
the real field temperature was sub 30. And so
That's
I
how
have-
it is. Here, if it's t-shirt weather at our house, it's winter jacket weather at the soccer field.
Well, that's why I thought, because
Oh,
Elsa just
yeah.
started soccer and it's the same thing. So at home
Yeah.
you're like, it's 60 in the back, it's
No,
good.
that's-
And then you go there
yeah.
and like you said, it's like 35 on the field and it's a windstorm the entire time.
Well, and you're not much like soccer, I imagine. You're not doing that much in golf, right?
Well, yeah, it's
Sure,
not like
you
you're
get-
like, I'll get hot.
Yeah, you're not gonna get hot. So anyway, it was cold, and we've got some guys who will play through a lot of stuff. But after our required 9 holes, it was like, nah, we're done. We'll stop early tonight. So, but otherwise, no, nothing's going on. We're bored. I don't know. What about you guys?
I mean, not much. Part of my the kids are done with school soon, which is insane. So they're done at the end of May.
Yeah.
We have a few weeks, and I don't know if I can survive, mainly Olivia, but the children for the summer. Like during spring
Agreed.
break, I was already like,
Yep.
this needs to be done. So
Yep.
that will be interesting. I guess warm
I
weather,
hear
at
ya.
least you can kind of get out of the house, but teenagers don't get out of the house. Like their hobby is like
That's
being
true.
rude
That's
inside on the
true.
phone. So I don't know.
Ben,
So I just been thinking
Sorry,
about that.
is it intentionally focused on Emily, or am I the only person staring at full screen Emily? There it is. Never mind.
you
It was me.
Oh
It's been full screen Emily for like the past 5 or 6 minutes.
I was
and
like, please tell me
guess
that's
he's-
not
I
the
guess Ben's not gonna fix it. That's fine.
Oh my god, I like panicked. I was like, I hope it's not just me full screen on everyone's. Woo! Okay.
Pickleball gets your your kids outside.
Man,
That
pickleball
is awesome.
Fun. I actually want to. It
You
is
should try
fun.
that.
Well, we only tried it that one time with my dad. So we were down in Arkansas in the summer, and it was like legit 98 degrees in Arkansas. And he's like, "Let's teach you pickleball." And it was
Can
just
we
like
not?
it was a disaster in that way, but it was a fun game though. I mean, if you like badminton or it's fun.
Yeah, anything like that. Yeah.
was-
They just turned. Go ahead, Ben. Sorry.
Well, it was me and Emily's brother Matt versus her
Okay.
dad and Emily. So they're over there like giving us a lesson, and we're on the other side. You know how I am,
Just
right?
getting
And
beat up.
Matt at one point was like a professional level cyclist, right?
That
He's
is true.
super competitive, very athletic, high level.
He's probably like 2% fat.
So
on
me
his
and him were
body,
going
kind of.
nuts, which doesn't actually help very much
Yeah,
in
in pickleball, you actually don't want to be running around the court. And yeah, and my dad is like, guys are really screwing yourselves up. And he's just kind of
He's like,
standing
pop,
in the
pop,
spot.
pop, and we're running all over the place.
You guys were drenched. And he's like, nice try.
Right.
And he's just, oh,
Funny.
man.
They
was
just
good,
they
though.
just changed a bunch of. We live within walking distance to like the county park that has like
Ooh.
4 baseball fields. Used to be 4 tennis courts. It's got a fishing pond. It's got the trail. It's got the works. And I think
man.
they changed 3 out of the 4 tennis courts into like a dozen pickleball courts now because they're so tiny.
It's fun, though.
Yeah, they
It's
did that at the
so
community
crowded.
center.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
so
yeah, that
crowded. They have
sucks.
lines, but
Oh,
I mean,
well, that's not fun then.
try it one of these days. Yeah,
It is fun, though. And I feel like kids
feel
could
like
play
you
it,
could-
too. Like Janelle
you
said,
could
like,
play it on your driveway
yeah,
if you got a nice flat
Exactly.
driveway. So,
you could,
True.
yeah.
That's
but
true.
That is a fun
where
one.
do I see the chat? How do I see the?
Unfortunately, if you
I'm
want to
psyched
see the chat,
on
you gotta
Twitch
watch the
Is where I
stream
am, at least.
because we don't StreamYard it anymore. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to push the chat into the Discord so you all can see. But what chat
Yeah,
is seeing
same.
right now, what the stream is seeing, is the highlight of tonight. The focus with the mostest. We are talking about 2010 Disney masterpiece based on the Fantasia Mickey Mouse.
Is it?
Hakuna Matata. Well, I mean, I
Didn't
don't
you
know.
see the scene with the living
Yeah,
mops
with the
who are
mops
flooding
Yeah,
all
well,
over the
I guess-
place?
What I'm getting at is, isn't the Fantasia scene is
Yeah.
based off of something else,
Yeah,
right?
I think, yeah. I believe
I
so.
don't
like,
know.
like, isn't it like
It
just a
must
story or
be.
whatever of,
Yeah, it's one of those
Right?
things like Disney does. They'll take a story that's been around for 500 years,
Mhm.
an old German legend, turn it into $1 billion property,
Yeah.
and then make a live action
Exactly.
version of it and destroy it. This is sort of the test case for all the live action Disney
yeah.
stuff we
which,
get now.
okay. And this movie is PG. So I understand it's not
I
supposed to be
do-
like
yeah,
full on
this
adult.
is for kids. This is a kids movie.
But also, okay,
sort
do you
of.
think your kids would have enjoyed it?
I
guess
think
Yeah, I
maybe
think they would have.
maybe,
I
yeah.
think they
a
would
9 or
have.
10-year-old boy would think this was pretty cool.
Yeah,
That is true.
right.
Also, yes, I see that. That is perfect
But
for
well, I mean, when did this come out? 2005?
2010.
Really? Wow.
I think
okay.
I saw this in the theater. I know I watched this movie.
I think I watched part of it, but was not in the theater.
Really?
It was like
I
the-
had never
the movie
heard
was
of
on
this.
TV, and I saw some of it.
I know I
Wow.
saw this.
I think the only reason I think this is bad now because I think a 9 or 10-year-old now would be like,
Oh,
"Where's the magic?" There's not a lot of
yeah,
magic
that
in
is
this
true.
movie.
That is true.
Peter.
He kind of goes from 0 to 100 in like 2 scenes.
He says he
Yeah.
asked his son if he had seen it, who is 10, and he was like, I started it and it wasn't good.
All right, never mind. Never mind.
Okay.
All right,
I
with
mean,
that,
I-
I'm going to throw the
I think
podcast
we know
intro in
that.
here. Here we go. Let's get the show on
Janelle
the
saw it in
road.
a dollar theater, so
I hate that I can't.
I'm sorry.
It's so good. Man, there's nothing I love
Well,
more.
striptease with God. Nothing you love more
Yes, thank you so much. I love the podcast intro. It's so
Yeah, it's so
good. Hey. Hello and welcome to another Date Night D-List movie review. That's right. We were talking about The Sorcerer's Apprentice, the 2010 Disney masterpiece starring Nick Cage, Dr. Octopus.
Ken's just a mime tonight.
Oh, man. Do you have the light
do the
gloves?
whole
Ken has light
thing.
gloves on. Why can't we hear
Wait,
Ken?
I can't hear you.
Oh, because I muted my mic. Didn't you send me like an Instagram thing of like a guy with the light gloves on?
Yeah,
and
I think they're
called
called
it
like
fingering.
Oh no,
No,
they
it's
shouldn't.
not. Maybe it is called that. Maybe it is
No.
called that.
Whoever thought that was like, and then everyone said it, and they were like, "Oh no, hey, you guys want to see some fingering?" And you're like,
And they're always like, and they're like, "Did you see how cool that was?" And it's like, nah, that
I don't.
was
Okay.
actually.
I
not
mean,
cool.
if I tied a flashlight to a string, what's that called?
I am into nerdy stuff, like no question.
Like fingering.
But fingering is just
Ugh.
above and beyond.
Ugh,
Definitely.
stop,
I won't even.
stop.
I'm not gonna make any
We
jokes.
can't, we can't.
We have gone too far. A
Too
protege
fast.
of the magician Merlin, known as the Prime Merlinian.
Nope.
It's a prime
Prime
millennial.
millennial.
Correct.
The Prime Millennial. I swear that's what I thought they were saying.
For
That's what Nicolas
95%
Cage
they did.
says.
He says
misread
millennial.
the script.
He
Yes.
says Prime
He misread the
Millennial.
script. Yeah, multiple times.
The Prime Millennial must train. Oh wait, no. The protege of the magician Merlin must train his teacher's successor, the Prime Millennial, an introverted but resourceful
Millennial.
physics prodigy.
I don't think he's introverted.
I never really
though.
saw him being a prodigy.
Well, he had I think they're like, he had a Tesla coil. And you're like, whoa.
Speaking of which, first of all, we're never going to get through this
We'll
movie.
get to that.
But man, when we went to
I already have to pee.
the museum in Chicago and they had a Tesla coil there, and they announce over the speaker, they're like, "Okay, everybody, the Tesla coil is going to go off in 5 minutes." And you're like, "Why do we need to be warned about that?"
Yeah, and they're like, if you don't like loud noises, get the fuck out.
And
Obviously,
when it
they
went
do.
off, it was
lightning.
insane.
It's
it was
so
like,
crazy, and it's
Yeah.
like, and you're just like looking up, and you're like, that's 25 feet above me. Like it should. It's a little crazy,
All right.
but it is pretty cool.
This resourceful physics prodigy, he has to be trained in the art of sorcery to prevent the return of Morgana Le Fay.
We'll get into it. I'm not gonna say anything right now.
Will we?
Yeah.
We're never
No
gonna get there.
comments.
We'll get through it.
No, I think we'll
will.
race through this. This movie's
Yeah.
like 55 minutes long.
I think it's actually almost 2 hours, but
I can never remember. Do we answer this question in the beginning or at the
What?
end?
Oh.
Should people go and watch this
Oh,
movie?
it's in the beginning for fear of spoilers.
I don't think it's necessarily bad, but I also wasn't excited or like I wasn't
Totally
like, what
agree.
are they gonna do next? It was just kind of like, it's fine.
It's a good time, but should you go watch it? Maybe with your 10-year-old kid. No, apparently not, according
wasn't
to the
like
chat.
bad.
yeah, well, but
though.
also like, I don't.
It's also not
There's-
great.
There's nothing special about it.
Oh no.
There's just nothing particularly bad about it either.
It
It's
is like
so-
if you were asking us to write the script, and we just right now
And
we're
we had
writing it.
30 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It
I was
was-
like, what
yeah.
if she said? And they just said, okay.
It
And
was
that's what it
very
is.
safe, and it was very
Yeah.
at that. Yeah, I feel like it's at the end of an era of like Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Emily was talking about like the old Disney live action TV shows. Whatever they
So
were,
bad.
and the writing in those was like so.
Like the ones on the Disney Channel when we were like teens or like
Oh, I
junior
never saw
high.
'em. But it's very bad, right?
It's
and it,
horrible.
It's like how could they even get
horrible.
away with how bad the writing was?
Yeah.
I felt like whoever came up with the premise of this movie, the story, it was like that's kind of fun. And then whoever
cool
actually
concept.
wrote the script was a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
like this
There's
movie.
lots of words in this that you're like, I don't know if any adult
kid-
has
a
ever
kid
said
wrote
that
that.
line.
This
Yeah.
this movie has an actual bad script. Like,
Yep.
like
They
it
don't say
does. The
much,
dialogue
period,
is
but
bad.
Yes. Yeah.
yeah. Yep.
Okay, we
But
ready?
again, it's
Oh.
all of the lines are also so short
Yes.
and It's not like a. I'm trying to think of like a Michael Bay Transformers movie, like Transformers 8 or whatever they're on, where it's like, I don't need a 3.5 minute monologue by any
No,
character in this movie.
but
Here, it's just like they're just fast.
yeah,
Everybody's paper thin in terms of character and
there we go.
motivation.
That's what I was
and
gonna say. There is no
and
character. Everybody's just a
Yeah.
flat line. Like
that
everyone's
guy's
just
the
kind of.
wizard, that guy's the dork, that's the girl,
She's
that's the
hot.
bad guy.
Talking about Becky Barnes?
Exactly.
Is that her name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
know.
the Winter Soldier? Becky Barnes?
I'm pretty sure
guess
her
so.
name is Becky Barnes.
I don't know.
I don't recall anyone's name in this other than Balthazar?
Yes,
so-
Balthazar.
Okay, so I will say right now, I did not know his name, so I just call him Nick for
It's Nicolas Cage. Yeah.
And
no.
then the other person, which we get to, you'll understand. I just call him Doc, which once again you'll
Doc Ock.
understand when we get there.
I keep thinking
bad
his
guy.
name was Hallister, but that is actually the bad guy from our D&D campaign. He is the wizard in the dungeon of the Mad Mage. I don't know this guy's actual
Can you
name.
look
I don't
up,
know.
Ben,
The
you're
guy with the,
actually
like,
our
the-
researcher, so can you look it up what his name
Me?
actually
Oh yeah,
is?
I'm on it. Don't you worry.
Ben's a researcher, so okay. I'm gonna start this.
Let's
Let
get,
me
let's
pull
get
it
through
up.
this. There's
We
nothing
start.
to this movie. You
It's-
could read the
Horvath.
script in under the runtime.
His name is
Horvath.
Horvath.
Wait,
I had a
what?
high school teacher named Horvath who was a
Really?
douchebag. Yeah. Anyway,
Okay, 740. I was gonna say 17. 740 A.D. Mankind, Merlin, they're all hanging out. Merlin has 3 apprentices: Nick Cage, some woman, and another guy. Okay, Morgana, evil witch lady. She's fighting Merlin. All this crap. Doc Ock is there. Okay,
is that Doc
you'll see.
Ock?
Oh, it's Doc Ock. Yeah.
I never put that together.
So in the whole thing, he's just Doc in my thing because I was not sure what his name was.
I did not see.
Oh yeah, it's him.
Huh.
Morgana, evil witch lady, stabs Merlin. Okay, when he's dying. Okay, actually, sorry. First, she wants to get the most dangerous spell that raises the evil dead army to enslave mankind. We could do
That's
this
it.
every time, but then what? Like,
Right.
what is
That's
your?
the extent of the story. That's it.
That's it.
Complete.
We just okay. But anyway,
Balthazar Blake. That's his name.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
What?
good.
Lizzie Blake.
Maxima Horvath.
so all this shit happens. We have Doc, we have Nick, all this crap. Nick traps them both in the Grimhold, which is essentially a Russian nesting doll.
Oh, it
Okay?
is. It's make no mistake. There's
And
no-
it's just
it's
a Russian nesting
off
doll.
the shelf nesting doll.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of layers upon layers of like evil spirits in there and all this crap.
Yeah.
And Merlin tells him you have to find the prime millennial. He says millennial.
I'm
He
so
says millennial.
You have to find the prime millennial because it's the only one that can kill Morgana. Okay, so he
Also, what
searches
kind
for
of
centuries.
So for the audience, it's actually prime Merlinial, named after Merlin. So
That's stupid
what
too.
kind of like chauvinistic douchebag? Merlin names his successor the Prime Merlinian.
But
Well,
also,
ego check,
I
pal.
don't understand how he's like, oh, he's the only one. What are you talking about? Why wouldn't it be one of your apprentices? I don't.
Why wouldn't it be Merlin? I don't
What? Just
like.
anyone. I don't understand what we're doing here, Merlin. Is
Yeah.
what I don't
And
know.
this is a battle scene. I don't think we even mentioned. It's
Yeah,
four
they're
wizards
yeah,
hastily fighting in a. It's a really bad scene.
like in
Go
a
look
castle, I
up
guess.
the intro fight from this movie. It's like slap chopped together in terms of cuts and where people are in the room. It's very bizarre.
Ben, we need picture number 2 to meet Nick.
Are you talking about Balthazar Blake?
Sure.
Absolutely, I can pull that up. One moment. Sorry,
Who's
I
the
was
third
so
one?
deep. I was so deep in the wiki. I was lost.
Veronica,
You were talking about Veronica.
Balthazar, and
Gorlison.
then Doc Ock.
Oh no.
Oh, you're right. Okay, because Morgana is one of the three, right?
Is she? Or is it? No, I don't think she
Or is it
I think
Horvath?
she's evil.
It's Horvath.
Yeah.
That's who it is. Okay.
She's just like
Right.
evil, which once again, I don't
It's just
know. Whatever.
I'm gonna
She
take
is.
over the world.
Yeah.
That's my character.
Which doesn't make, if you kill everyone, who are you in charge of? What are we doing?
Doesn't matter. I
Anyway,
killed the prime
Bad
millennial.
guy.
Nick always has like, I got electrocuted hair, but
Bad guys
that's his
need
thing.
giant undead armies. That's how it
I
works.
just don't, whatever.
Because
Okay.
she was going to raise all the previous dead
Does
Morganians.
that have to
Didn't you hear when they were
So,
talking about
A
Morganians?
little bit of actual Merlin lore here. From King Arthur, there are multiple tellings of that story, but there's Merlin, of course. And Morgan Le
Classic.
Fay,
Ooh.
if I recall correctly, was either King Arthur or Merlin's daughter or lover, and winds up being the one that I think kills both of them or something. Problem with the story of King Arthur is that there's like 8 different
Yeah, I was gonna say
versions from
so many
1,000 years
variations.
ago. But if you look up Morgan Le Fay, I think that's what they called her, or maybe that's the French version of the story.
That would make sense.
So she was the bad guy in King Arthur. So the
Okay.
Apparently,
Morganian-
she is Arthur's sister.
Oh.
is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a powerful enchantress.
But again, I want to be like, you're already high up, bitch. Like, what?
Yeah. Just
you
like
really like
piss
just
off.
ride it
Go
out.
take over
You
a
can
different
literally
country.
do whatever the fuck you want. You're like that. You don't
Yeah.
have to be in charge.
Guys,
You're still rich. You're
where's your ambition?
okay. I'm sorry. Okay, we cut to a kid in the year 2000 in New York City, baby, going on a field trip. He likes a girl named Becky, of course. Passes her a note, all this crap, being like friend or girlfriend. Also, they look like they're 8. I think they're supposed to be
They
like
are.
10.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
about that. But they're like
Yeah.
children, obviously. Before he can read the note, it flies away. So naturally, he runs across Manhattan to
He
find it.
risks his life to
Like-
find this note that says whether
He-
she likes him or not.
Dude,
Just ask her to do it again.
you telling me you wouldn't?
No.
I mean, that's the. I was gonna say that's the hottest 10-year-old I've ever seen, but I don't want that to be on audio anywhere. So
No.
no, I.
Some
I
girl
joke, of course.
passes me a note that whether she checked
You're
girlfriend
on
or
a field
friend and
trip
it
in
blows
Manhattan,
away.
and you're
Sure.
gonna fucking run across
Sure.
town.
I would chase
I
it into the
will
sewers
jump
with the
off a
Ninja
bridge
Turtles.
to get it. Yeah, yeah.
There's no,
That's
there is
true.
no.
That's
Okay.
Maybe
fair.
not 10, but if I was
Well,
like 13 to 14,
he's-
15,
Yeah, but 10 is a lot
16?
different. Anyway, he goes downtown,
It's
all this
10
crap. The note slips in a mail slot in the Arcana Cabana.
yes, thank you. I'm so
I
happy you said
hate-
Arcana
I hate-
Cabana.
Hate this.
This essentially is like a
Is this a
curiosity
joke?
shop.
Why
I
is it
don't
called
know.
Arcana Cabana?
Like, does that have something to do with? I
I
don't know.
feel like Nicolas Cage came up with that.
Who's
Like,
like,
can we
what
call
if-
it the? Yeah.
No, but everything in this movie is like that. Becky Barnes, Balthazar Blake, Arcana Cabana.
It's trying to be comic booky and hip.
Yeah,
and
yeah, probably that.
This
Why are
was
they so
post-
focused on and worried about dating at 10? Because they
This
have
is
to set up that
post-
they'll get back together. That's why.
And also, you'll
This
find
is
out
post
later.
Spider-Man Raimi. Yeah.
Yeah, later it's like this was like their magic moment. Like they will forever think
Yeah.
about this moment.
Apparently,
Which, if
I
someone right
couldn't-
now was like, when you were in 4th grade, I'd be like, I don't remember anyone's name from
I don't
4th
know.
grade. I don't.
remember when I got kicked in the nuts in 4th grade? That was about it. By
Man.
a person who went on to become a very good friend for life.
Joe Johnson, every time we played dodgeball in gym, got hit in the nuts. Every single time.
That seems like he was into it. Was he like?
He's
It's
ready
like he
for
was like
it.
a magnet.
Man, whatever. Okay, he goes in. It's a curiosity shop. There's a
No,
bunch
there's
of
a
weird,
cat.
creepy shit. He knocks over like 80 things, and then of course, out of nowhere, Nick is there, and he catches shit. Oh wait, we're on
Are you
picture
talking
number
about this?
3.
Yes, here it is.
Exactly. Okay, so, the kid is like, "Hey, my note blew in your store. So sorry." Look, we got Max on screen.
Hello, Max.
Max looks like trouble,
He's gotten big.
doesn't he?
It's a big boy.
Look at him. He
Yeah.
looks like someone who'd be like, "Yeah, I picked the lock," and you're like, "Yeah, I know you did, you little bitch," because he's trouble. That's because it's Orange Cat City.
I like how Ken couldn't hear us talking about Max, but we all got to
We
enjoy
said
it.
Max looks like trouble.
Oh, Max is awesome. Actually.
Well, that's
He
good
does. he'll give you a 2 a.m. door shake every once in a while, but yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
What are you guys doing in there? Yeah. He gets in the shop. Oh, he's like, my note blew in there. It was a coincidence. And then Nicolas Cage is like, a coincidence?
Wait.
And right then he's like, hold the fuck up.
Wait. After 1,000 years, a coincidence has fallen in my lap.
So he takes out the little dragon figurine. Picture number 3. Oh, wait, you already did that one. Sorry. And essentially he's like, just check this out, kid. Stranger fucking danger, bitch. He's acting like a creep. Okay?
Oh, he's incredibly creepy and like...
He locks the kid in.
Oh, yeah. Kid's like, I don't think I should. And he's like, boop, I think you should.
Yeah, I think you should stay.
Psycho.
But also, this is the ring that Merlin gave to him to like protect with his life. And as we go through this movie, Nicolas Cage, Balthazar, Ballin' Ass Blake, like he shows this ring off
to everyone.
Any opportunity he gets.
Someone
like
smiles at him and he's like, "You want to try
hey,
this?
You want to put the ring on? You want to try it? What if we put the ring on the hot dog?
He's
gotten
gotten
it would be
desperate.
the prime millennial?
He is.
People are finally
desperate.
being called millennials. This is the
he's
moment.
finally like,
he has waited
That's
1,000
true.
years for people to
That's
be
true.
called millennials.
That's true. So the ring essentially goes on the kid's finger, all this shit. And right away, he is like, guess what? You're a sorcerer? Let's do this. Instantly. Okay. And he's like, I'll be right back. I got to head to the basement.
It makes so much more sense. We actually paused the movie to look up the differences between wizards and sorcerers. We should have looked up enchantresses and witches as
Wait,
well.
do you remember the difference?
But the difference
What about
was a
warlocks?
wizard. Okay, all right, let's get into it. So wizards study magic and learn it in like a school. They learn how to
more
use
like
magic by
science,
studying the arcane arts. Sorcerers are born, so this makes sense for the movie. Sorcerers are born with innate magical abilities.
I'm sorry.
Warlocks make deals with powerful patrons, and then the patron grants them their magical abilities. So the fact that
The patron is like some sort of magical being, right?
Right, some sort of like archfey or like Cthulhu, some sort of eldritch beast, or either a god or an archdevil or something like that. I think a lot of warlocks are bad guys, so probably devils and demons. So it makes sense that he's a sorcerer. I can tell you're a sorcerer. You have innate magical abilities. Okay, I'm on board.
Right.
Well,
All right.
I guess we have fallen into the world of Dungeons and Dragons.
But imagine you're
again.
looking for the
More
millennial.
accurate.
You're looking for the millennial for 1,000 years. You find him.
Yeah.
And you're like, BRB. You head down to the basement. You just leave him by himself.
Had to get the book.
Well, what happens? Fucking someone like rips down the wall, which I'm like,
It's the dingbat. He puts this 10-year-old puts on the hot dog ring, and for whatever unspoken reason, he starts doing this. And again, for whatever unspoken second reason, that pulls shit off the shelf.
I don't know, but
some
it's so
reason?
stupid. That's like, what are we doing? What are the chances?
Yeah,
And-
why did he immediately pull the
He just starts doing
the
this.
Russian nesting doll out of the
So, yeah,
wall?
And the nesting doll is
the
in a
nesting doll.
shoebox on the shelf.
Why is it there? Why wouldn't it be lock and key in the basement?
No,
like,
it was like hidden in the wall, but he like
still-
she like gets it
Anyway.
out. He ches it out of the
the
wall.
doll comes out. All this shit
out.
happens. He drops it. Bugs are crawling out. They form a person. It is Doc, baby. Number 4 for pictures,
Ock.
Ben.
Oh,
I did not know
Doc
this
shows
was
up,
Doc
and
Ock.
this is my favorite picture of him. Okay,
this is clearly
How do I see this?
this
It's
is
like a
clearly not in the
cast-
movie. This
a
is like
cast image.
I love this.
Oh.
I love it.
It's-
Yeah, go to Twitch. He is like showing off his
You
little.
go to Twitch or YouTube?
well,
Twitch.
I think Twitch.
Just Twitch.
Twitch.
He's oh man, he's so proud of himself there. I really like it. Okay.
This is
Isn't
at
that
the
guy
height
like
of
an
his
acclaimed actor.
Oh yeah.
right.
Well, I
He
feel
probably,
like
like,
Nicolas Cage
Molina
essentially
Made a
is,
name
too.
for himself and then like
Just-
played these.
he
Well,
just
I don't
does
know.
whatever the
Just
fuck he
blew
wants.
it.
Came back as Doc
guess.
Ock in that last Spider-Man.
Was he in the last?
That was
Whatever.
before this, right? By quite a bit.
No, that was,
you.
but that last Spider-Man into the the last Tom Holland
Oh,
Spider-Man,
yeah,
he
that
was
doesn't-
in it.
that
Was he
doesn't
in
count.
it? Well,
Yeah,
that's-
that
They
doesn't
were
count.
all in it.
Okay.
Tom Holland.
Nick catches him.
Tom Holland.
He throws Doc in the window. Doc gets his
Like my
magic
impression?
cane, all this shit. They're attacking each other. The Russian nesting dolls
Oh
flying
man,
around,
look at that picture. That's great.
breaking
I
open.
love that.
Like I just kind of
I
want
like
to
how you can see a cast member in the mirror.
Exactly. I want it framed on the wall, like within family stuff. So you're just like, who is this? Like,
Oh,
I just
yeah.
want it kind of mixed in. I really like it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a very like take a picture of me so I can send it to my kids or
Yeah.
something like.
And
Look
you're
at
like,
this.
no,
hard.
no, I
Back
want to
here.
show them. And you're,
That's me in the back.
yeah. Okay, there's a whole kerfuffle. The shit's going down. Something falls on David, the little boy. That's like a liquid, which at first I thought was gonna be like it hurts him or whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay, Nick throws lightning. Doc throws fire.
And
all
then
this
that
shit
comes
happens.
back.
And well, it does, but
'Cause that's the David Stutler.
Is that his name? Dave starts crawling away in place. He's got the doll. Okay, I don't know why he's so like I should bring the doll, but he is. Nick yells for him to leave, and then he takes him and Doc, and he puts them in a vase. Oh, Max.
Put 'em on, Max.
Ah, shit. He puts them in a vase, and they essentially get sucked into this big vase thing, and he's like, run, Dave, and all this crap. Dave runs out with the nesting doll. He throws it across the street, which right away, if you just, like, you were risking your life for this doll, and as soon as you get outside, you're like, bah! And you throw it,
Yep.
then what were we doing? Why were you saving it from a fire then if you're just going to chuck in the road?
The thing I do
Having
like
fun.
about this movie is they always follow through with the classic cinema rule. If you put a gun on the table, then somebody has to shoot it.
Oh, at all
right?
times.
So when he's like, you can get sucked into that vase for 10 years. Of course, 5 minutes later, they get sucked into the vase for 10
Right
years.
away.
Everything they show
Right.
is, yeah.
When he's like, later in the movie, when he's like standing next to the bull in New
The big
York,
bull
the big
statue,
bull
yeah.
statue, you're like, I bet that bull's gonna come alive
Which
later.
it does. I think I kinda
bet you
skipped
it
over that,
will.
but yes, it does, exactly. He runs out. His class and his teacher is there. And right away, everyone is like, you fucking peed your pants, bitch. And so that's how he became a nerd.
Yeah, you
right then and
pants
there.
pissing.
The
Yeah.
David Stutler.
But
If you pee your pants, that's,
Whatever.
Is
that's
that a
the
real
old.
person?
That's the Stutler.
picture 5, Ben. What the fuck is picture 5 that
Is
I
that
did?
someone you went to school
You know
with?
what it is.
Oh, okay. Okay, this took me so long to figure out. I searched the internet for this. It is nowhere. It is nowhere. I had to rewatch the movie. And guess what? You cannot snip a Disney movie clip. You have to take a picture with your phone because Disney's like, you will not do that.
Right. You are looking at a picture of a TV
Copyrighted,
screen.
baby.
Yeah. So when they go into the vase,
That's
here's
pretty
the
good capture.
here's the picture of them on the vase. I just love Nick and oh man, I love this art. This is what we should have on the wall.
Somebody really captured Nick.
Right?
I
Like
it.
how they did such a good job of making it. It's obviously Nick Cage, but
But
done
it's
in that
also
sort of like
medieval like
style,
oh man, I love it so much.
expertly
Okay.
done.
Yeah.
Now we're 10 years later. Okay. What's his name? Dave's in college in New York. He's like, I got to give a lecture on physics, aka he's a nerd again, which, okay.
Wah, wah.
He still has the ring,
Is
but it's
this
just
a
in his
Spider-
sock drawer.
Is this a Spider-Man? Like,
He does
are
turn
they
out to be
going for
Spider-Man at the
Spider-Man
end.
here?
Except for, well,
Are they
whatever.
going for? Anyway.
They are going for that. And then he keeps talking about how he needs to finish his Tesla project to graduate and all this shit. Picture number 6.
Lame
What's
dork.
picture number 6? Oh, I think it's just.
It's just him.
It's just Dave,
good old.
David,
it's the
whatever his name
Stutler
is.
special.
And it's
Stellar special.
it's just that one actor being himself. What's his
Yeah.
name?
Right.
I have no clue what his name is, but
Jay something. Jay.
He's just
Do you
being
know
that?
the guy from How to Train Your Dragon.
Like Cricket or whatever. What's his name in that movie? Chipmunk. No.
Doesn't matter.
Hiccup.
Acorn.
He was in
Hiccup?
that movie
Is
with
his
Seth
name
Rogen
Hiccup?
too, where he
Whatever,
was much
doesn't matter.
funnier because he had. Is it
I don't
Hiccup
remember that.
or is that
I
the
don't-
dragon?
I have no clue.
I don't know.
Whatever.
I
Doesn't
said,
matter.
yeah. Okay. Surprise, surprise, when he's like in his lecture, he runs into fucking grown up Becky, bitch. And she is
Oh man.
And
Hot
right
There's
away,
a
grown-up.
very odd scene here.
right away though, she's like,
With the
"You're
legs?
that kid from the Arcana Cabana," which you're like, "Bitch, are you still thinking about goddamn fourth grade?"
I
though?
like how they say
Yeah.
Arcana
Oh.
Cabana because before then you had only
Again.
read it. It had never been said out loud. 10 years later, they say aloud.
Oh,
Yeah.
all the time.
Arcana Cabana? And you're like, yeah.
So I guess he
You're that
transferred
little-
schools
You're
because
that
he peed his pants
peeing
once.
dork.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. If
and
I
all that
transferred
shit.
schools every time I peed my pants publicly, I'd never have gotten my GHD.
I was
What
gonna
do you
say.
expect?
GED? GHD? I don't know what it's called.
Number 7 is Becky.
Ooh,
Which, okay, the
Becky
pictures for
Barnes?
this movie were very hard to
Becky
find. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Barnes.
Everything was like a blurred image, but there's Becky.
why
Okay.
did all the actors in this movie, they never did another anything else ever again
She actually
after this?
is in. She's in something that was on like
She's
HBO
been in
or
stuff.
something. Yeah.
I recognized her. Yeah.
But Becky's kind of a bitch. I feel like at first, like she's not nice. She's like, "Oh yeah, you're that kid that
At
pisses
first.
pants."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's walking her to a radio show, which again, it's like, I don't know you. I don't know what we're doing, but whatever. Lightning hits the antenna. Dave
Also,
is like,
he's a
I'm
pro-
gonna fix it.
Does,
Is he a what is
does that
he?
mean he's a professor at her school?
He says
this
he
a
has to
breach
graduate.
of-
So okay, they're obviously the same age, right? They were in the same class,
Right.
But he's
Obviously.
talking about
Yeah.
he needs to graduate, and she is like in like physics 101. So I'm not quite sure what's going on.
Maybe she's dumb as a box of rocks. Maybe she got held
Um,
back. They don't really elaborate.
Yeah, but she didn't piss her pants, so like she's a step ahead. So
I think it's supposed to be that
Yeah.
he
So
is some sort of
smart.
like savant, right?
that's stupid.
Because of his innate sorcerer abilities. I hate that they tried to make sorcery a hard magic system.
Oh, it's like a
They're
science to
your sorcery
It's
allows you to
weird.
understand the molecular movements. Haven't you? Isn't that why you're so good at
which
physics?
you're like,
it's
you're
like
telling me Merlin was a
F
goddamn
that.
yeah.
Don't know. Magic and physics are not the same. Magic needs to be magical. Like get this.
I don't
No.
know.
Well, and you can do the science-based stuff if in the third act he unlocks the raw magic, right?
Like
and he
something, yeah.
transcends.
right.
the-
Or he
the
Tesla
science part
coils
of
his
it.
body, and that's why he has so much magical energy.
Like
Right.
something,
He
but
just becomes a Tesla coil.
no, it's a, I don't
Just
know.
this moving, rigid. But anyway, I don't know. This movie
So-
makes no sense.
Yeah.
Don't think
so
about it
he
too
fixes
hard.
her radio antenna. She's super happy. All this shit. He goes like back home or whatever, and he's like so fucking moody. And he's like, I
Oh.
lost my shot with Becky when I was 10. What the fuck are you talking about right now? You lost
Bro.
your shot with some woman when you were 10? No, you psychopath. He watches his
That's
Tesla
so
coil. He
weird.
cries. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. He's being really fucking weird. Okay, the vase that frickin' Frack went in is in someone's house. They pop out. Doc pops out first. He grabs the vase, throws it out the window. So Nick's about to pop out. They're on like the 80th floor or some shit. Nick starts coming out. He's about to hit the ground and he grabs a ledge, which I'm like, your arm would fucking rip off. But
He fell
that's
like
fine.
300 feet
That's
first.
fine. He's like,
I mean,
That's
like,
so
he
Balthazar
apparently,
Blake. Watch out.
Balthazar, does sorcery give you insane strength?
Maybe it does.
Maybe he cast
Yeah,
Feather
sure.
Fall right
He-
before he
he
grabbed
did
the
a-
edge.
And then he looks
cast
up.
a thick and succulent spell
Right.
and just grabbed it.
He just grabbed it. He sees a Chrysler building and he's like, thank God. And he heads that way. David goes home. Doc is sitting in his living room in the dark like a creep. He wants that Russian nesting doll. David's like, I don't know where it is, bitch. He tries to run. Doc makes wolves to chase him. They're going after him. Okay, they're on the subway.
This is weird too.
David's hiding in the tracks, all this crap. When the wolves are about to kill him, Nick Cage got there in time, and he turned the wolves into like little puppies and all this crap. He is on a giant eagle, which essentially is like one of the like gargoyles, I guess, on the Chrysler building.
Yeah.
But it's like
That's
metal.
cool. I like
know?
that.
Like that's fine.
I'm into that. Yeah.
They ride off on the eagle. Okay. So then David's having a mental breakdown. He is like, you ruined my life and all this shit. The giant eagle goes back to the building. Nick just wants the Russian nesting doll. He puts a little note on a pigeon. I don't know what the fuck that's about. This is when I always hate this in any book or movie. When David's like, I just wish I could forget all this and live a normal life. Bitch, shut
Classic.
up.
If somebody told me I was a sorcerer, the last thing I'd want to do is go back to a normal life. You kidding me?
You'd be like, where do we start?
Finally,
Well,
is what I would say.
And wasn't he just got done complaining about the air quotes girl of my dreams doesn't want to date me because I whizzed my pants in 10th grade, but I can't tell her the truth because I actually know I'm a sorcerer. I've known it this whole time. I hate my life. I failed my lecture.
Yeah.
But also being a hella cool sorcerer sounds like dog ass. So I guess let me get out of here too. Brother, you got to pick a path and go.
Can I
You've
show
got
you guys?
to commit.
I just hate when they're always like, I wish this never happened. Oh, I'm so fucking sorry. You can like do lightning through your goddamn hands, bitch.
You know what sucks? Getting stuck in an urn for 1,000 years.
All right,
So
check this out.
stupid.
I think
We've got-
Nick Cage says something like that to him at some point.
He
Right.
does. He's like, shut up, you
Oh
little bitch.
God, this stupid hat. That
The
Nicolas
hat.
Cage
It's. I
wears.
didn't take a
Yes.
lot of notes,
Yes.
but one thing I wrote down was
I love this hat.
Cage's hat.
I don't know
Now,
why he's wearing.
Well,
First of all,
I've
it's
got
also
everyone
low,
focused on
too.
the hat, though. I really need to show you guys something. There's this
What?
picture. When I searched, I was
Pull it
doing
up.
some research on the Sorcerer's Apprentice for this,
Research.
and I found originally it's based on a poem, a German poem. And the image that they use on the poem is this. And
Oh,
I'm
it's
like,
gonna be creepy
why
as
does the
fuck.
Sorcerer's Apprentice not have any pants on?
I don't see it yet. I thought you were still talking about Nick Cage's hat.
Shit, I can't.
When it comes,
This is
when
the
you see
photo
it,
of the 500-year-old poem.
It's like if you had a poncho on and no pants, and you lifted your arms.
Where?
Oh,
Of
And
the
it went
pants.
up.
I
It
like
went
how
up.
I like how he has a bow tie. Remember that thing you sent me, Ken? You're like, why is that guy's weight belt so high? He's got a bow tied
Yes.
at that height, but the strings of the bow come down. It just artistically block
Wait,
the view
hold on.
of all the things that
Blocking
need to
his
be
hog.
blocked.
Peter saying, remember when Merlin got drunk and took his pants off? Why is this like you had like a guy's weekend with him or something, though?
that's what Merlin's crazy. He likes to party.
He has shoes on,
He has
though.
Oh yeah,
shoes
look at
on.
that.
He's got shoes, bitch.
Even in the Disney, is it
Remember that weekend
Sword in
with
the
Merlin?
Stone?
Can I?
you
This
remember-
is look. I don't want to always bring things back to D&D, but the next Dungeons and Dragon character I'm going to play is this guy. It's the it's the
Like an
pantsless
insane
with
wizard.
a bow.
Yeah.
There's
Who never wears pants? Why does he not have pants on? Who drew the picture and was like, no pants?
woo. All right, back to
Okay.
the show.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Nick essentially tells him, hey, if you just help me get the
Why
Russian
is that the
nesting doll.
picture?
Stop.
Who drew that?
If you help me get the Russian nesting doll, you can be out of this.
Somebody
You don't
who
have to
saw
be
it
magic anymore.
accurately.
Right.
Yeah, they're
He
probably
didn't
this
make
is
that
the
up.
real hand.
F. Barth didn't make that up.
Listen, you don't just make that sort of thing up, man.
Exactly.
That's messed up. That's real life.
It's a real deal.
No,
Merlin,
in the Disney cartoon from the 1980s or
he
early
didn't-
90s.
He didn't have goddamn pants either.
Right.
he?
He's got like a
He's got like
dress on.
tights on and a dress. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a what's it?
It's like a moo.
Yes, and he's got like little tights and shoes, and he's like kooky
Yeah.
crazy. Man.
And it's just hanging under there. It's just open.
Okay. While our researcher keeps going crazy.
Don't worry, I'm on it.
Okay, Nick goes to the impound lot and his car from like 1920 is there. First of all, it
Who
wouldn't still be
cares?
in the impound lot. What are you talking about?
It would have been crushed.
They wouldn't keep
decades
it for
ago.
like 80 years and be like, yeah, we just got this one in. It's so stupid. Okay, while they're driving, he's like, here's sorcery 101 and shit. I wrote
And this
Nick's
is where
hair
he
looks like
explains that it's science.
yeah. Nick's hair looks like he got struck by
lame.
lightning.
That's so lame.
Yeah, so it's pretty much physics and science and
That's no
sorcery,
fun.
which is stupid. And he's like, trust the ring. Don't let others know you have magic, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Doc, I wrote dog. Doc is searching for the doll. He's back at the old Arcana Cabana or whatever the fuck it's called. He sees a memory of some guy picking up the doll. Okay, then some guy. This is when you're like, this isn't a kid's movie. Some guy in a car is like, hey, move, buddy, because he's in the middle of the street. He fucking shoots like, I don't know, like little ice shards, whatever, at him, and just like goes through the windshield, kills the guy.
Oh,
And he's
he
like,
kills that dude.
he kills him. It's like,
Like, I don't
like-
understand it.
Like in the head, and the
No,
guy's
there-
like dead in
he's
the
got-
car.
He opens his jacket and he's
Yeah,
got
what-
half a
it's
dozen
like
little
little-
knives in there.
Yeah, and he's like,
He throws knives through the windshield
but
and just
you can
kills
tell
that
it's like
dude
they
for
just go
no
in his
reason.
head, and
All
he's
right.
just like, ugh, this guy.
This explains my note that just says "killed that guy!" Exclamation point.
Yeah.
Solve a puzzle over there.
Now I know what that's referring to.
Yeah.
He killed that guy.
It's
Yeah.
a little bit insane compared to the rest of the movie, so I'm not quite
Yeah.
sure what happened there.
How do I show this stuff to you? We've got some
you have
crazy
it?
old images here.
Oh, wait,
of,
I'm gonna go to the bathroom while you do a history.
oh
into
no! All right,
Merlin.
we've got this. Look at this guy, this magician. He's playing a trick
Whoa.
on some
But
lady.
why is he like? Now
Right.
If I
it
open
wasn't
Twitch,
me
it
that
shows
did it.
everything.
Me, bitch.
It slows everything down, so I can't
Oh,
look
all
at
right.
Twitch.
It is. I'll just describe it to you. It is a pointy beard and pointy hat man. He's playing some trick on
Oh,
some
yeah.
lady. But let's back up here a little bit. Let's find.
What
Look at
kinda
this.
trick.
I don't know. It was very confusing.
Erotic? What? Okay.
This one's not so bad. This is a contemplative Merlin. Emily left. We need to continue. He kills this guy. Then what happens?
He kills this guy. What happens? I don't know. Honestly, everything in this movie is either shot inside of that one building with the Tesla coil in it,
True.
or on the street outside of the same building.
We're just going to jump
There's
ahead to
very
my next
lit-
note then.
Okay.
Because I wrote Chinatown insane. Now,
This
how do they I like how
Go ahead.
how do they get to Chinatown, and it's like, it's not like, oh, there's Chinese people that live here. It's like absolute mayhem. I don't know if it's like Chinese New Year or what. There's parades, there's dragons,
there's like a parade.
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
going wild. I don't know, why is it so wild? I don't know.
Chinese New Year, I guess. But yeah, what happens here? They confront each other. What's his name? Doc gets the dark hold, the
Mhm.
Russian nesting doll somehow, or
Yeah, I don't know how he
it
had
cracks.
Oh, he
It breaks somehow.
No, remember they never had it, right? And so they were tracking down the Chinese lady who had picked it up 10 years ago. And they go to her place because Nick Cage can track it. Remember, there's big cloud of smoke where it is. He's like,
That
no,
was cool.
I can track where it is. Guess what? So can Hallister or whatever his name is, Hanataz.
Horvath.
And
Gancho.
and remember, they go in, and the Chinese lady answers the door and gives away some sort of tell, and Balthasar knows it's Horvath. And he's like, poof, right? And they
You're
start doing some
right.
sort of wizard
You're
battle.
right.
They're doing a wizard battle. There's acupuncture, needles flying. He pulls the coat up and blocks a bunch of them. But what it's revealed is that Horvath has already opened the nesting doll
The
and
first
released
layer.
another Morganian. I like how there's Merlinians and there's Morganians. Well, he has released the next entrapped Morganian, and it is, of course, they're in Chinatown. So, of course, the next guy was a sort of like shirtless
You are right,
Asian
Ben.
man.
Not. Yeah.
Yeah. You're totally right. They go into Chinatown, and some crazy warrior guy starts attacking Nick, baby.
Scene is like a big set piece, and it's absolutely forgettable and looks like garbage.
So,
Do the people who get sucked into the dragon
hold on.
die?
That's what I have. So,
They get turned into
Excuse
the
me.
dragon.
Are they still alive in there?
yeah, so the warrior
don't
guy
think
makes
so.
the like Chinese like parade dragons into a real dragon, and the guys inside are like, whoa. And essentially they're just like, I guess you're dead. Like you're in the stomach. I don't know. You're
Well, the parade guys, their feet turn into the dragon's feet,
so I feel like
and
you're
I think they
donezo.
just I think they're toast. Yeah,
Yeah.
you get morphed into organs.
So there's a dragon chasing David around, all that shit. He runs into a building. The warrior guys making more shit. Nick and Doc are fighting. The dragon's still chasing them. David's trying to use a ring, and he's like, I just got to clear my mind. And this is when Nicolas Cage is like, this is it, kid. Clear your mind. Believe.
Right, this
and
is
that's
a
when
test.
You're
Like people are being killed by a giant
people are
dragon.
being murdered.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is it. Focus. Dave lights the dragon's tail on fire. That's what he gets to. Dragon falls on the warrior guy. Shit goes down. Nick helps out. All this crap happens.
There's some sort
Okay.
of weird thing with the dragon master has like a belt on, and there's a
Yeah,
dragon
he's like
on the belt,
ordering it around in that way or some
and
shit.
the dragon on his belt is like doing shit, but then the dragon goes like up into his skin.
Oh, is
or
that what it's supposed to be?
something?
Like it like kills him?
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
what
I
was
was
that about?
tuned
Why
out.
did he keep crawling out of his? He kept crawling like out of his belt and into his belly,
It was weird.
and I didn't
And then-
know why
yeah, I
he
don't
was
know.
doing
I
that.
don't know. But the
It
police
didn't
show
make-
up.
Doesn't matter.
Nick turns him and Dave into police officers to sneak out. I wish I could get a picture of this, but for some reason Disney is like, there are no pictures on the internet.
They've
that are
wiped
clear.
this movie
They
from
have
the earth.
wiped
Yeah.
this movie out. And essentially Nick's like, okay, you help me get the doll back. Give me the ring. We're good to go. And Dave's like, let's keep going, baby. And he brings him to the secret lair. Which
Oh
is,
yeah, they made some sort of weird deal, which was
Yeah.
like if David helps Nicholas get the doll back, Nicholas will not make David be the prime millennial.
Which again, because Dave's like, you're ruining my life.
Prime
Your life fucking
millennial.
sucked, bitch. Why would you be like,
And so-
no, I don't want to be the most powerful sorcerer on earth. Shut
And so,
up.
and so they do this whole thing with this
So
a
angry.
Chinese wizard, and Dave kills this guy, and he's like, "Hell yeah, I want to kill again.
Let's
I'm
do
in.
it. Yeah,
Let's
that's
do
true.
it." Like I'm altering the deal. I do not want to go back. I'd like to kill
He
again.
was like, that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he brings him down to like his secret spot where he keeps his Tesla coil in like the old subway or some
whatever.
shit.
This is
I don't
so
know.
cliche. So
And then,
like,
but
oh, it
David's
was a-
like, I mean,
Right.
he's like, no one knows I'm down here. They said I could. Who the fuck is they?
Also,
Yeah, why?
Sorry.
Why is there a they?
Like-
he
Yeah?
says he got permission from either public transit authority or
No one
the
would
school
goddamn
that he
say
goes
that.
to
Never.
use this defunct subway station. And yet later in the movie, they're like, they look him up in the computer, and the first thing that pops up is like, not authorized to use subway stations as laboratories. And it's like, how on the nose can you get with such a stupid detail?
That's so fucking dumb. But also,
Oh,
the whole
everybody's
thing is so
watching
dumb.
me like paste a bunch of weird crap into the.
What are you doing,
Keep
Ben?
it going.
into the- I'm so sorry. I've been
Ben.
messing around with the Discord.
Ben,
I apologize. The stream is falling apart.
you are a hot mess.
Because I really wanted to share something with
Share
everyone. It's
after
really
then, you little
important that
psychopath.
everybody sees this. They
Okay.
need.
Whoa, look at that. That's cool. I want to
They
see
need
that
to
movie.
choose their
How are
fighter
we
here.
seeing? I feel like I can't. Oh, okay.
All right, which wizard do you want to be? Like the old man with the black cat smoking in the
see shit.
side room? Do you want to
Hold
be
on, mine's
What's up with
mine's
that
so
top
far
one?
behind.
the magician? Like
Wait, is that top one? Is his outfit his beard?
I don't know. This is really out of control.
I think his clothes
Ken, you could
are
see
his
the same
beard.
images in the Discord general chat if you'd like to see them.
Oh, I can. All right, that'll be much faster. Ooh, all right.
I know
Who do
that bottom
who
doesn't
do I
have
wanna
pants.
be?
I'm gonna be that top guy who literally doesn't wear clothes, but your hair
Yeah.
are your clothes.
Naked dude with just a
And he's like,
beard.
"Ah!"
Yeah.
But wait, he does have a hat on.
Rawr.
He
Look
has
at how
the
huge
he has
his
the
head
Nick
is.
Cage.
Pantsless boy is just
Yeah.
like something special, though. I don't know. Wait, don't
You
don't
just want
don't
his
quote me on that.
quads, is what it is. You just want those legs.
Quote,
Just
a pantsless boy is something special. But don't say that.
somebody
don't quote
clip
me on
that out. Yeah.
A pantsless
I just want to be
Ryan
him. I
over.
don't want to be.
Ryan's on the case. Okay. I'm sorry. They go down to the subway station. It's their new secret lair. Nick gives him a giant book. And by giant, I mean he unfolds like a grocery list into like a 3x5, whatever.
Once we're in the lair, we never leave it again. That's the
Also-
rest of them. Welcome to the rest of the
They
movie.
do shit, but you're
Yeah,
also like,
we
do
ran
they
out of
do
budget.
anything? Yeah.
No.
So again, Sorcery 101 comes at you. First thing, okay, Nick goes, here's a nice pair of pointy shoes. Because your rubber shoes block
This
the
is so
current,
stupid.
and you gotta look classy. And right away, the whole running joke is like, ugh, old man shoes, and these look stupid. When really, I'm like, that's a nice pair of goddamn shoes. Like, it's a nice pair of leather
seem
shoes,
fine.
okay? They seem totally fine. That was
Yeah.
what the problem is. And he's like, this is so embarrassing the whole time. Okay, anyway.
Ugh.
Now, Doc, picture number 9. I have no clue what this is, Ben. Finds
I'm
another.
so
oh,
confused.
I know what it is. He finds another sorcerer in the area.
The pictures
who's
have
just
gone off the
pretending
rails.
to be a magician.
I'm so
Essentially,
sorry.
Now this
I
magician
hate this
guy.
I hate
This
this
guy.
What?
This is the first. This
There we go.
character
I
is
love
the
the way
first
he's
part of the movie
standing, though.
that made me feel something.
But I like how he's
Because I just
standing.
hate this person.
He's standing like a duck, but with heels. Very like.
Yeah.
I like it.
This is because this is what Morganians are like, you know. So we've met a Merlinian. Now we have to
I'm
meet
a
a
millennial.
Morganian.
Yeah, what about the millennials? So he finds this guy to help him out. So this guy's really a sorcerer, but he's essentially making money as a magician. Okay, all that crap. He's like famous.
Classic.
Dave is learning, practicing magic. We have a montage, all that shit. Tesla coil. Okay, I don't understand though. Nick makes a Tesla coil hit Dave in the chest like 3 times. Wouldn't you be like dead? Like,
Does
are
he
we
hit
just...
him with the Tesla coil or does he hit him with a plasma ball?
I don't know. Just
Also,
I thought it was
the
I don't
magic-
know. I don't know. Whatever.
The magic in this movie looks like shit. It's so boring.
It
And
is
all
really
they ever
boring.
all they ever do is make the little orb. They do a little fingering
true.
routine, like we talked about, and then they throw like the saddest little tadpole
But-
of light.
But
And
The
the other
magic
person-
missile.
When Nick
They're
and
level
Doc-
1.
Yeah,
When Nick and Doc are fighting though, like shit's going down. So why
I don't know.
is none of that being taught? I don't know.
They also result
know.
to just like ramming into each other way
also
too
dying.
often.
That's
It's
true.
like they throw one magic missile and then they just run at each other like goons. I don't.
they have like a 10
stupid.
second like recharge.
Right.
So Dave gets Nick some food, and you know what? They just happen to be seen outside of Becky's apartment. You're a fucking creep, Dave. Okay, you need.
Oops,
He's
I
into
ran
it.
up here.
Some women are into that.
Okay, so Nick is like, stop going for the girl, and Dave's like, shut up, and he runs after Becky. Which also he's like, hey Becky, as she's walking outside her apartment. Which I would be like, what you doing out here? Like, why you at my apartment, buddy? But
Is it a good story arc for Balthazar Blake to initially be like, no distractions,
Yeah.
Well,
no
It
women.
makes sense.
Well, yeah.
And then for him in
Yeah.
the end to be like, find out that like the person he loved is what
But-
has caused the whole
But
schism.
later,
in the
he
Merlin
tells Dave, he
Apprentices.
goes, I would do
Yeah.
the same.
In
Do
a
you
better
think that's a
movie.
fair character arc of him going no,
I
and
think
then being
that's
like, I
fine.
would do the same?
At first, he's,
Yeah.
because he knows
Yeah, I think so,
what
too.
distracts you.
Yeah.
Fucking the ladies. That's why he's been doing this for 1,000
Yeah.
fucking years. Okay.
Listen, man.
Some guy, some guy goes to
I'll
mug.
be right back.
Has he
Becky.
been waiting 1,000 years for her to return?
I'll be back in 1
He
minute.
has been.
Hopefully, by the time I'm back, we're at the end of the movie.
It's been like 1,200 years since. So it was 740, and then now it's 2,000, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, he's been waiting a long fucking time. Okay. Some guy goes to mug Becky. Dave runs after him, uses his ring, and like hits him with a trash can or some shit. Whatever. He gets her shit back. He's gonna impress her. All this crap. He's like, "Hey, you want to study later?" But during this, Ben, you said this is a lazy script because Becky's like, "How'd you do that? That guy was huge."
That guy was huge. Which,
And that's the big where you're like, okay.
well, like somebody wrote that line, but that guy. Oh,
on Ken.
Ken's like headphones are
Ken's
on his
headphones are
microphone.
next to his-
Hold on, I just mute him. It's no problem.
Can you mute? Did you mute him?
No, you unmuted yourself in Discord.
How? I didn't press anything.
I'm not sure why we can hear so much then.
I think it's Ken.
Okay, so we can hear us through Ken, but
Can't you just mute Ken?
yeah,
Doesn't that work?
it does. Sorry, it's
Do
very
I
complex.
hear
There's
you?
so much things happening here.
But I can't talk.
No, you are unmuted. It was you that was. I'll mute you. Now I can't hear it anymore. I don't know how you unmuted yourself, but you
I
did.
didn't. I didn't press anything.
Well, look, that's what
I
happened.
haven't.
So yeah,
That was
the
fun.
what is it? That guy was huge. Was obviously like a line written, but they didn't get a huge guy to play
was
that
huge.
role.
It was a regular guy.
There was never a guy acting like I'm only able to mug you because of my extreme size.
No, it's if you just
Like-
found a regular guy off the street.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like it was just this total.
he was huge.
That was really the first time that there was like this total disconnect from whoever wrote the things that people would say.
That's true.
From whoever was actually making the movie. You know that I wrote down. Guy was huge, comma, bad script.
Yeah, I remember you told me right too. So, okay. Becky shows up while they're practicing magic.
Your
Can-
audio's double.
We didn't
it
make it as you need to mute yourself.
Or I can mute her.
Can you hear me though?
No, there we go. Now it's fixed.
Perfect.
I don't know why it got like that. Okay, whatever. Sorry, everyone. Becky shows up while they're practicing magic. He tells Nick to hide, which is like, you can just pretend he's a person. I don't know why he has to hide. Like, she's not like, is that a sorcerer? But whatever. Nick pretends to be his uncle. Okay, this is when he's showing her his Tesla shit. And he is so excited that they go in the middle, this picture number 10, and they go to probably the most popular song at the time.
I forgot to mention, we've
Yeah.
heard this song twice before already in
Oh,
this movie.
multiple times. So she plays it at her like radio job too. She's like, my favorite song for the night or blah
They
blah
played
blah.
this song
so
at
much.
least 4 times
Which
in
I'm
the
so
movie.
curious how much
Why-
this band
why?
got for this song. Like they
Why
had to
did
have
they
made
do
so much
that?
money off of this.
Which one? What is the name of the song? I've heard it
Okay,
a billion times.
it's called
but I don't-
Secrets by One
Don't
Republic.
you wanna get somewhere? Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah.
Gonna give all my, secrets, to
away.
you.
Yeah. Exactly.
Is that how?
Tell me how you want
They play that song.
Oh,
I'm
probably
so
6
glad you brought
times
this
throughout
up.
this whole movie.
I am derailing this
So many
hard
times.
because they overuse the song and they overuse it in wildly different scenarios. There's a love scene right in
Ben.
this Tesla coil. First of all, Did you just rip a huge fart? Is that
He
what that
started to play at some video that was so effing loud in my headphones.
Tell me what you want.
It was like,
was? Man.
yes, it's the like,
And
actually,
so-
it's the cello.
First of all, in this specific scene, he locks what's her name inside of a metal cage
Stop
to
it,
make sweet love to her, and then
That too, he's like, you're
electrocutes
gonna
the
want to
cage.
get
So
in
if she
here.
tries to get out, she dies.
dead.
Yeah,
She's
very
dead.
romantic. It's also played
You're
earlier
not gonna
in
want
like
to
when
touch
he's
that. Oh, it's played
he's
all
really
the time.
like
Different
sad.
instruments,
It
every
plays
time.
in a moment after he like gets some attention from her, so he's happy.
Ben,
and it's
can
like
you look
it-
up like was this song like #1 for a while or something or what?
oh,
look
it's
up the song.
huge.
Ben, he's fucking just playing the music video now.
Is he just
Stop.
listening?
Tell me what
I've
you
heard that
want
song.
from me.
I never want to hear the song again. But
Look
it
up
brings
though,
me
like
back
what's
to
the
that
popularity for that?
insane. If you want to know how to use music in a movie, go
It's
on
not
YouTube.
this
Look
way,
up
though.
the term leitmotif Lord of the Rings. It's like a 30-minute video on how to use music
Oh
in a
my God.
movie. And this is the exact opposite, right? That
Yeah.
short little essay is like, here's Frodo's song, and we're gonna play it slower.
And
And
then
I don't know
while you're
anything about music, so I'm
crying.
gonna say a lot of BS here. It's gonna be slower, and it's an octave down while Frodo's crying. So it's Frodo's song, but
Yeah,
it's
you don't
sad,
fucking play the
right?
same song again and again and again and again and
And
again.
here's Frodo's song again in the next movie. It's faster. It's an octave up. It now has brass to provide like
This movie,
excitement.
they were
and
like,
it's
just replay it
no,
again,
just
baby.
play that One Republic song. Hell
But
yeah,
then
brother!
I love
just
that's with
You
the
can't
coil,
make
so it's
this
like
up. If you go,
like the whole time.
to the One Republic Secrets official music video on
Yeah.
YouTube,
Oh my God, are
The
the
s-
comments
the
like
is it
second-
this song
the second
Yeah.
this song, the second
or this
comment
movie? Sorry.
is
Yeah.
who else misses songs like this? The first time I heard this song was in The Sorcerer's Apprentice, and I
No.
fell in
Oh,
love
God.
with it.
No.
I don't miss songs like this.
That's
No.
12,000 likes. That comment has 12,000 likes.
Tell me
no.
what you want from
Me too. Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Gonna keep
Sorcerer's Apprentice too, but I
all
came
my
back because of
secrets
Gossip Girl.
away.
All right. We have
Stop
really
it.
gone off the
No.
rails.
Now
Okay.
now we're too far.
Okay, the next day or after that, I don't know. He walks her to her yoga
It doesn't
class.
matter.
I don't
This whole
quite
movie
understand
happens
that.
in one night.
It's like it's a week total. A week max from
Yeah.
knowing to the end. Anyway, then after he goes to the bathroom, and guess what? The magician guy comes in. That was that last picture where he's like in his high heels, all creepy. Doc comes
They're like
in.
6-inch heels too.
Oh,
they're
they're,
not
like,
like
big.
Rolling Stones.
No, it's
2 inches because I'm Mick Jagger
Big
and I'm
time.
5'4", 85 pounds wet. But like these are like heels.
they're big heels, yeah. And he comes in, and then Doc comes in, and Doc is like, "Oh my gosh, did he not tell you why he wants to open the doll and all this shit?" And so he tells him it's because he was like in love with the woman who's stuck in there and all this crap. Which again, I don't know if that's like, is that supposed to make him be like, "Well, then I won't fucking help him"? Okay, I don't understand the problem. I'd be like, okay, sounds good. Whoa, hi Mittens.
Tesla coil boy. Like, what is going on here? These are the comments on the
People-
YouTube
wait,
video for
that's
the
someone's-
song.
That is someone's name, though.
All right, now I have
No,
to
that's
look
their
it up.
comment.
Come
They
on.
said Tesla coil
I thought
boy.
that was their screen name, and I was like, no.
They
that is
showcased
their...
this song in the best way.
Okay,
Who is it?
but-
One Republic?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But during this, when Doc is interrogating him in the bathroom, he was like, "Have you ever been in love?" And then he looks at him and he goes, "Oh, you're in love right now." And David's like all mad about this that he knows. He's known Becky for like 3 days max.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
10 years and 3 days.
No.
Yeah.
3
Yes,
days
yes,
max.
yes.
And he's like, "I'm in love, bitch." And he's all angry. And you're like, you're a fucking idiot. Is just what I just want to be like,
I'm here
God.
because I had a good childhood, comma, also the movie The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Nick shows up and starts attacking Doc and the magician. And this is when they do the old Hungarian mirror trick, bitch.
The razzle dazzle.
You're gonna watch out for that. And Nick,
Merlin used to call this the razzle dazzle.
and Nick is mad.
This movie's
no, not Nick.
stupid. I don't
David's
like this
mad that
movie.
Nick never told him he was the fucking prime millennial. Okay, and it is millennial. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's still millennial at this point.
Nicolas Cage says millennial
Multiple
consistently
times,
throughout this
okay?
movie.
Right, because I never heard of the term Merlinian until somebody
way
else
later.
said it
Way
later.
Somebody else says it way later in the
And
movie.
you're like,
I think
"Hold
it
up."
might be Horvath, and you're like, "What the hell's that? Is that a different thing? Is that
Are there
somebody
two
else?"
people we're looking for?
Yeah.
So
The
Nick,
more we talk about this, I hate this movie. This podcast.
It's
I don't know
turning
if
you
I like
into a
doing
bad
this,
person.
guys. I just don't know if I like this experience.
We can watch good movies instead and talk about those.
No,
Maybe we ought to.
No.
Let's go back to the Great Wall.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm going to talk about that later. Actually, Nick tells
That at least was like fun and
That's-
insane. This is so. There's nothing happening in this movie. You've seen this movie because it's
Okay.
just pieces of other better
It is.
movies
like really
put
bad.
together.
So Nick
Yeah.
tells Dave about Morgana and the three apprentices and all this shit. But also he's like, and they finally found you. Okay, so he tells him that you clearly have Merlin's blood. Like, right? You're like in the bloodline. So couldn't you fucking tracked Merlin's kids rather than being like Africa,
Yeah,
Asia?
just
and, like,
wander around the earth.
Was Merlin
Guess
like
not.
willy-nilly with people where it's like, I don't know how many
Maybe
kids
he
I
was
have,
willy
bitch.
nilly with that Willy.
You guys, we have to address this. So, High's Legend in the chat, who claims to be a Broad Games.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say he claims to be a prime
Claims to be
millennial.
a prime millennial. He claims he is also
I
a
don't know
prime
if I trust you,
millennial.
Joe.
Quiet on says he finished the last episode of Quiet on Set, and now this feels oddly similar.
Ruh-roh.
I don't know what Quiet on Set is, so
Isn't that like
sorry.
about
Who's that? Yeah.
horrible things for
Now I'm gonna have to
for, like,
hold
child
on. I'm the
actors?
researcher.
You are the reason.
I gotta
Where
figure
is
it
this
out.
going? Do we need
Joe,
to finish the thought? or what?
We just had to
All right,
address
we
it
just had
because
to
he's
address it.
here
Okay.
in the chat.
Oh, okay.
The dark side
child
of kids
actors from
TV.
Nickelodeon days. Yeah, revealing how bad their child. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about,
Oh
Rich.
boy.
This sounds
the
similar.
point,
Well,
though?
that's a problem. That can be good.
Oh, maybe because they were prime millennials.
This feels oddly.
Where am I?
Huh. I don't follow.
Okay.
Doesn't
they-
matter. He
they
wins.
go-
He gets the girl.
They go back to
over.
practicing. Okay, this is when though Nick is like, he's like, hey, why is my dog here? What's his dog's name?
Oh, this comes out of nowhere. We've
I don't know-
never
I don't know
seen
where
this
his dog
dog
is.
before.
But all of a sudden he's like, why is my dog here? And he's like, I thought we'd practice on him. Excuse me, fucking asshole. What you thought we were just like, we're just gonna practice random spells on my dog? What?
Well, and if you're gonna go that route, make a silly joke about like, oh, it was my assistant from 200 years ago that I
Yeah,
accidentally
but
turned
instead-
into a dog. Or-
Instead, it's this weird
No,
thing
we're
where
just
you're
gonna
like,
experiment on my pet.
yeah.
Fine.
But also, David doesn't seem too sad about that. He's kind of
Not
like
bothered about it. Yeah. I
Um,
guess I gotta microwave something.
yeah, right. But then he's like, "Oh
Yikes.
fuck, Becky's coming over." Okay,
Shit. Oh,
Dude.
shit.
stop fucking caring about Becky for 10 seconds. So
Right,
Nick
we're
just
trying to
told
save the
you
world.
you're trying to save the goddamn world, and he's like, "But Becky's gonna see." Shut the. It's like
but
talking
brother.
again to a 12-year-old, where you're like, "Dude, it does not matter about your TikTok. You gotta fucking save
True.
the world." And they're like, "But I got a post today."
But he's also worried. He's panicking about this dog, which is apparently peeing everywhere, like nonstop,
That too
Like,
doesn't make sense, but okay.
cartoon
Yeah.
style. And he's like, "Oh God, I guess I better clean up this subway that I invited her down into." It's like, no, brother, you invited her down
Okay.
a single-person elevator shaft into a defunct
But
railway.
also, you know
station.
what? When he's 10, he wakes up with that dog. And it says 10
What?
years later. Yes. So it says 10 years later, and you're like, so. I mean, I guess a dog could be 10 if it was like brand fucking new. But essentially, you're like, so we have some old bitch dog, and you're just like, should we experiment on her? Like, I don't know. Okay. Anyway, keep going.
Whatever.
Sorry.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
It's insane. So this is when he's like, I gotta clean up for Becky, like in your subway station. Like, what are you talking about?
Look,
again?
if you're going forwards in your logic, but you have to go backwards from how do we get a scene in which he is forced to magically try to clean up the workshop?
100% correct. They said studio mandates that we recreate the stupid Mickey
Fantasia
Mouse
scene.
The Fantasia scene, which is great. Fantasia is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh man,
that's
there's so
not
many ones I
exaggeration.
liked. Wait, what was your favorite? What was your favorite section?
Oh gosh, because I used to go over to my cousin's house, and they had a couple kids, and we had 3 of us Brookses younger, and we would like go through each scene.
Oh,
We
man.
didn't do the Sorcerer's Apprentice a lot because it didn't.
Because it was like lame.
All the other ones you can like run in a circle and be a silly little 6-year-old to, and like pretend to dance to. Sorcerer's Apprentice
like
is
scary.
just Mickey, and he's very scary.
Yeah.
I liked the one with. There's one with centars because
You mean
that
like
was
the ones that have ladies without?
oddly arousing.
Whoa.
Gonna say,
I'm
did
trying
you
to
like
think,
the
and then at
naked
the end,
boobies at the?
are there boobs in it?
Oh yeah, the
Really?
centaurs are like no shirts, bitches, and they're just walking around town.
Do
Yeah.
they have? Do they have
Oh my
nipples?
gosh. Hold on.
Oh,
Time
yeah.
for some research.
Yep, they do.
Well,
Oh,
now
definitely.
that explains why I like
I
it
mean,
so much.
they do, right, Ben?
I don't know. I'm digging into it here.
That
Your
can't
search
be right.
history. Do they have nips?
No, I think
No, they're covered up top.
But they have.
They're
no,
like,
there's
there's
some that are
something
not.
happening.
There are some that are not.
They have like flowers over
No,
there.
but I feel like there are some that are not.
Okay, well, hold
I feel
on
like I
then.
remember
I
that.
think
I'll
maybe
get
what
back
you're
to it.
remembering, Emily. And now
I
we're
do know what you're
we're
talking about,
oddly,
though. And I remember some would be like a
And-
leaf, and you're like,
I think they take a
petal.
bath at one point,
yeah.
and there's a very like you see them from
A
behind,
little
and they do
foam
the
and shit.
there
like-
goes my little thing. And, but
I
now
feel like
we
it
live
was
in a
full on. No,
we live
was I
like
I'm
you
just
might be
remembering
right,
this
but that
insane.
version does not exist.
It's
Oh my
Probably-
gosh,
it's
they
been
do
wiped.
take a
It's been
bath.
scrubbed.
It's been scrubbed. I feel like.
Hold on
I
a second.
Yeah.
This is
Probably
the
been-
1940 version of Fantasia.
I remember though being like
Whoa.
specifically being like, yeah, there's some that like you said, Ken, it's like flowers and shit like that, and
Yeah.
they take off their tops, but they're like
You're
in the bath.
probably right.
But there were some where
Yeah.
you're like, oh, okay, and they walk out and they're just like, hey, somebody dress me and shit like that, where you're like, oh, okay, I guess we're doing this.
Nice.
But also there was always
no.
some creepy guy and they're like feeding him grapes and like when he like
Oh, it
hits
was
their ass and shit.
Dionysius, if I recall correctly. But
Yeah, but at the
there was
time you're
one.
like,
Yeah. Who's this weird little creep trying to hit on my centaur girlfriends? No, there was one. I think it was to a song that's called like the Russian Troika or something.
okay, what
where
was the
they're
visual
either-
image?
They're humanoid, either flowers or no. The mushroom one was very.
I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, it was
watched
probably
this many
racially
a times.
insensitive.
Oh yeah.
But the Russian Troika one, I think there were some sort of flower, and it's. I don't want to try and make the noises of the sound because it will come across very poorly.
Horrible.
But it was like they grab hands and you spin in a circle,
I
and
know
that's
what
what
you're
me and
talking
my
about,
cousins would do. Yeah, that was the one.
I watched it so many
There's
times.
also
so.
scary ghost nipples in the 1940 version of Fantasia.
Whoa,
Yeah,
can
I
we
had
get
the
a pic?
1940s version. That actually would probably make sense. I feel like we had really old shit.
Also, the black centaur is half donkey, half person.
Oh yeah, I remember that one too.
I remember there was a lot of racial stuff where it was
There
like,
was also like the ones that were
Ooh.
like half donkey were always like kind of like the main.
they were
They're always like drunk, first of all, which
they're
you're like
dumb
"Geez."
as hell and their tongues
They're
are
dumb.
hanging out.
And they were the ones that like the main guy would be like slapping their asses and shit, and they're like, whoa, like it was just fucking insane. And I was like 5 and just watching this shit. So
Anyway, like I said before, one of my favorite movies, this horrendous You know?
I watch it all the
We
time.
had
Though. I totally know what you're
had
talking
some
about.
sort of like 1994 version on VHS where I'm pretty sure it had been more or less scrubbed of a lot of that stuff.
I feel like we did
But
not.
no.
Because I remember.
If you go on Disney now and watch it, it's probably only about 20% of the original production.
Oh, I
because
guarantee there's so much that they were like, we
I
have
would be
to get
surprised
rid
if
of.
it's even on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you check
Yikes.
the Discord chat, Ken, you can see the scary ghost
Ghost
drawings
nipples?
I found. Yeah.
I don't remember. Oh, is that the fish one?
I don't know.
Why
see.
is the bottom one a zoom in on the boobs?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Also,
I'm not-
why are they very
Can't
see.
clearly
Okay,
like
whatever.
implants?
I don't
Anyway.
know. I don't know what's
Clearly.
going on. I
okay,
got so distracted by all
he
this. I'm back.
Fantasia's
Anyway,
the
what
place
is
to
this
clean
movie
it up.
about?
He's Fantasia in the place to. He's
Fantasiaing.
gonna go take a shower, all this shit.
Oh, this is
Okay.
such
Of
a
course.
piss poor.
Of course, shit goes
Live
down. The
version of
brooms
the
are doing too
Fantasia one.
much. The
That's what we were
mops,
getting
all
at.
that shit. Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Okay, so when it's
He's
like
got a
3
locker
feet,
full of like 40
doesn't make,
mops.
So
it doesn't
many
make
mops.
sense. When it's like
They
3
don't
feet
crack
deep
in
in
half
there,
and form new mops.
No,
No.
He's
there's-
just got 100
He's got a
mops
why
fucking
does he
shit
have
ton.
100 mops?
And so when Becky
in
comes,
a cage,
which
and
yeah,
they
which
break out.
also doesn't make sense because if Becky came and it was flooded, you'd be like, I feel like you would just say, we just have an issue. We just can't do it here. Instead, he's like, everything's fine, and like blocking the doorway.
Yeah.
Which you're like, dude,
Well,
just
it's like-
fucking say, hey, it fucking
So-
flooded in here, or so I don't know,
Yeah.
make it up. Okay, but while he's talking, there is a broom sexually assaulting him from behind, 100%.
Is that what's happening?
While he's doing it, there's a broom essentially like.
Why
Doing
is
shit
the
from
broom up
behind.
there?
Trying to enter?
Yep.
What's
and
it
he's
doing
just like,
up there?
Okay, Becky.
Well, why did it follow him up the stairs?
Why is it doing that to him? Period. Why would it be like this?
trying to
Seems
get his
good.
attention.
I was very surprised here that
That's
he
what I do when I'm
actually
trying to
told
get
Becky to just leave.
Well, yeah, then it's like you should leave.
He wasn't like, wait a minute, let me come with you.
Yeah,
Let's
why-
go out.
why
He
not
was
be
like,
like-
you need to just go.
yeah,
Well,
or
he's
even,
a moron.
He isn't. Well, he's a nerd, so he doesn't know how to act around women. Is what the thing is.
It's me. I'm Jay Baruchel. This guy.
You can come.
I hope he made a lot of money off of this.
He
'cause
probably
this is
did.
Stupid.
Actually, probably made more money
Yeah.
off of being Chipmunk or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah.
Anyway, the like Tesla coils start falling over, and he's like hanging onto them, almost going in the water. Which, what the fuck are you doing,
Yeah.
dude? Get
So
out of there!
it goes from like the Sorcerer's Apprentice to trying to get rid of his girlfriend to actively trying
He's like,
to not
whoa,
die.
in the water. Like, what the fuck? And when he's about to get electrocuted, Nick comes in, is like, helps and
Snaps
stops
his
all
fingers
that shit.
and it's whatever.
And
yeah.
he yells at him for being like, you abuse Merlin and blah, 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 blah.
Nobody cares.
Again,
Balthazar.
Dave is like, you are ruining my life. Dave, shut the fuck up. You didn't have a life anyway, but whatever.
Does Dave have a job?
No,
Other
his
than the
job is
one
nerd.
lecture?
Being a nerd.
Yeah.
That is his job.
Nice. I love that. Spoken like a true Disney executive.
Right?
His job is
he doesn't
nerd.
need it. Can you imagine an apartment in New York?
What does
and
and
you're
what
like,
does the girl? Well, she gets saved. Yeah, but like, what does she do?
She works at the radio
wait to
station.
get saved?
Again, yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing. There's nothing.
She plays
she's
that
not even
song
through
they're gonna
college
play
yet,
5
bitch.
times.
She's having trouble.
Right.
Is what. So he goes for a walk
Yikes.
because he's like, I've ruined it again. Which you're like, you've known Becky for 2 days. Calm down.
Brother, yeah. We've barely gotten past the pants peed situation.
know.
I don't know why. Anyway.
He walks and somehow finds Becky like in a coffee. I don't know. She's hanging out with her friends.
She like goes to a party or
I
something.
don't know,
Like, it's
but he
weird-
watches her through the window and he's like,
and he's
"Ah."
like
And he-
fogging up the glass, looking at her
so
and shit.
close.
It's
She
ugh.
sees him where she's like, oh my God,
Yeah,
is that
oh, yeah.
him? Which is weird if you were.
Yeah.
And then
Like
he
I know
goes,
I saw you 15 minutes ago, but now I'm staring at you through the glass of this
I
coffee
told you to
shop.
leave. He goes to the most obvious place, the top of the Chrysler building. Are
Right.
they letting anyone in? Are they like, you want to head up top?
Also,
Go.
why did you not make the Chrysler building Balthazar's wizard tower?
No, it's just a Chrysler building.
No, and we have full access to it.
Full
and
access
there's
at
no
all
guardrails.
times.
There's no.
And they let Becky
Anyway.
up 10 seconds later. She's there at 10 p.m. They're like, you want to go up too? Head on up. No problem. Go on up there.
Yeah.
So
Jump off.
They're having their just there's no fucking guardrails up there. They
Yeah.
would not let people up there. I'm gonna tell you that
It's
right
like
now.
knee height. The wall up there is about
Right,
knee
you trip,
height.
you're fucking done.
It's over. It's
Um,
over.
She's talking about how great he was in 4th grade. Okay, so I want everyone to. Can you remember your crush in 4th grade right now?
Fourth grade.
Yeah.
You do? Who?
I remember.
I can know my crush, but in
Second
no way would I
grade?
know
Third
their
grade?
characteristics. Okay, what's her name?
I remember third
State
grade
it
because I
now.
blew it. Sure, it
Oh,
was
yeah.
Natalie. And I was like, I think you're great because you kind of remind me of my mom. And everybody latched on to like Ken's in love with his mom. That's 100% of true story.
I feel like, but
I don't
now
think-
you're like, that's kind of
I've ne-
sweet.
I love that I said that. I've never
I feel
even
like
told
that's
my
really
wife that
sweet
story. Yeah.
You're like, Megan, I need you to watch something at about
I'm
1
really-
hour in.
Every year that passes away from that, I'm like, you know what? I was right.
You were
I was
right.
100%
Because
right.
your mom was
Right.
great. So why not be? Yeah, exactly.
You can
Oh my
suck
gosh.
it. Third grade.
Fuck you, Natalie. Was that her name?
No, she was nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn
It's
it.
just everyone else that ruined it.
Ben, do you remember?
Yeah,
your
actually,
crush?
that's true. It is everyone else that ruined it.
That is true. But never would I be like, well, in 4th grade, this is what she specifically says. Well, 10-year-old you was so brave and saw the world in a new way. Shut
That's
the
because he drew that. Remember, he drew that
Shut up,
like
Becky.
King Kong on the top
King
of
Kong.
the Empire State Building.
So that
Yeah.
no. Shut up.
Look at Peter Margaret Harris.
What?
Shut up.
He remembers
He remembers Margaret.
Margaret,
Margaret? I feel like
The
that's such an
beautiful-
old lady's name.
the beautiful Margaret Harris.
10th
Midge?
grade. I'm trying to
I
think.
bet-
10th grade. That doesn't count. We're talking about
No,
like...
not 10th grade. Sorry, 4th grade, 10 years
Okay.
old. Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
God, I don't know. What Wes? I think his name was Wes. Is who
Whoa,
everyone
that's
likes.
sexy. 10
I-
years
No,
old.
wait, you know what his last name was? Wes Sharp.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
That's a
I thi-
killer
I-
name.
Growing up,
But I think now he's like a realtor. Like
I
nothing great.
always had a crush on a girl named Megan Roberts the whole time I was in school.
It's a
That
good name,
also
too.
sounds like a movie name, right?
That's
I
a
think
both of those are
Roberts is
movie
what-
character names. Yeah.
Wes Sharp had the if you put a bowl on your head and just gut,
Nice.
he had that. He had
circle.
straight up, yeah.
I remember I was about to graduate from high school, and I was talking to my friend, and I was
Okay.
like, I have had a crush on this girl for
Since 4th grade.
6
bitch.
years or whatever.
Time began.
Right.
Before time began.
My entire life.
And I
Right.
had a
I was
girlfriend at the
born.
time, and
Oh,
I was like,
Ben,
dog.
Ben!
I was like,
Ben!
my time is slipping away. We were a couple of weeks from graduation.
You
I
got- you're
went.
like, I'm getting old,
I
bitch.
broke up with my girlfriend, and I went over to the girl I'd
Oh,
had a
I've heard
crush
this
on forever,
story. I
and I
remember
asked
this.
her
I
out, and
love
she said
this.
yes.
Yeah.
And we dated
That's
for like
pretty
a
cool.
year.
A year?
That's a
Yeah.
fun
That's pretty
story.
good. That's pretty good at that
Yeah.
age.
And I was
That's
like, I'm
not
not
like
letting
nothing.
this slip away.
And then it slipped away.
Poor Jackie Spatten. I'm sorry I broke up with you in the parking lot of the high school.
Jackie, I'm
You
sorry. I've seen
douchebag.
Jackie. Jackie looked like she's about 35 at senior year.
She was very nice. You be nice. Jackie was nice.
I don't mean she looked by that I mean her style. Style is 35.
It's true. She kind of looked like one of the teachers.
That's
but
what
that,
I mean.
You know, that was kind of a
It's not
cool thing.
There's nothing wrong
Maybe that
with
was
her
a
looks. I'm saying
subconscious thing
her,
that Ben was
I think it was
into.
just
Yeah.
I think it was just the year. It's the hair, the outfit was like you could be like, are you the
Oh,
student
sure.
teacher? It's that thing.
Sure.
Okay. Becky talks about how she liked him when he was 10, all that shit.
Movie
Okay.
sucks. Let's talk about
We're almost done.
anything
We're
else.
almost done. We're almost done. Okay. David shows back up. Nick's cleaning. He's all pissed and all this shit.
Whatever.
But wait, it's not fucking David, bitch. It is the magician guy, and you know because he's all like douchey and shit.
That's right.
He
Oh, what
attacks
is that
Nick.
guy's name? It's
I have
David
no
Blaine.
idea.
David
It
Blaine.
essentially
and
is
heels.
David Blaine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doc is there too. They're looking for that goddamn Russian nesting doll. I'm sorry. The fact that the whole movie's gonna be
The
like,
whole thing
"Where's the
revolves around a
doll?"
Russian nesting
it
doll.
doesn't
Yeah, that was a
matter.
poor choice.
Veronica. Oh, okay. So Veronica's the girl that Nick liked, who essentially ate Morgana's soul to like trap it.
Right.
In
He's
the
only ever
very
seen it
She's
done
in the
once.
doll. So then Doc is like, Veronica chose you, and he's all pissed. Which I'm like, I'm sorry, is this all over a woman? There was essentially two guys and a girl, and she was like, I pick him, and he was like, fuck this shit, and that's
Yeah.
what this whole
That's what
thing is
turned him
over.
evil.
Does she have any lines in this movie? Does
Oh.
she speak a word?
I think at the end she was like, he's gone or something. Like she says like 2 words. He's
and
dead.
it's
no
it's
chance.
another
like one
famous
thing.
actress. It's what's
Is
her
it
name?
Ben? Researcher.
She sort of
she looked
predates
familiar, but I
our.
didn't know her.
It's Monica Bellucci. Her and Doc Ock. Doc
else is
Ock
she
is
in?
also a widely celebrated actor.
She
who
looked
sort of
familiar,
like
but I didn't know what she was in.
Look, I mean,
She's-
as many bad movies as Nick Cage in, he's also a,
wow.
you know.
He's
Okay,
done some good stuff.
But
yeah.
when Doc is fighting Nick, he shoots 3 knives at him. They're about to hit him in the face, and guess who's back, baby?
Oh yeah.
David. He's
your
back and
boy
he's got the
David.
powers.
David.
Okay.
And he doesn't have the ring, that which is the big reveal.
That's
I
the
don't
thing.
need the
You don't
dragon
need the ring, bitch. Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay,
And then
so
there's a very underwhelming fight.
then they're in a
And
speed
that's
chase
it.
in a car. I don't know how we
Wait,
got in the
am I-
car. Nope,
I
not
don't
yet.
know.
We're not there.
Anyway.
They're somehow
okay.
speeding around the car. Ben, do you know the actress
I
yet?
don't remember that.
It's
Monica
you know,
Bellucci.
Yeah, Ken was right.
But
Monica
what
Bellucci.
else is she in?
She's
exactly
from
sure.
something.
That's what-
I think mostly just being hot.
What do you mean you don't know?
She
I
was
think.
she was a model before she was an actress.
Is that what it is? Oh.
But-
Yeah, so there
Like I
was
said,
like this
being
what-
hot.
whole
this,
like
I feel like
yeah.
it's very obvious. Just type. What else was she in?
Known for she was in the Matrix.
She was in the Matrix. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I just recognize her, and
But
I didn't know
before
what
that, I
from.
feel like she was in stuff.
Anything
Maybe
else?
not.
I'll
That we
keep
know?
looking.
What
she
else
was in
was,
Shoot 'Em Up, but I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Sounds like a Tarantino
Okay, they're in
garbage
a
movie.
car chase. Tank the dog.
Look up
also in the
Alfred
car.
Molina. Doc Ock. What
Who
else
is
was
that?
Doc
Oh,
Ock
okay.
in?
Other
'Cause
than
he's won
Spider-Man? Oh,
awards,
he's
I'm
been in
pretty
like
sure.
I feel like so much that you're like I don't even know.
He's been around forever.
So much.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that someone's like he's 98, and you're like, what the?
Oh, let's get
fuck?
him.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
like,
He's
okay.
not doing anything.
So they're in that old like 1920s car, and they're like, this isn't keeping up. They change into a sports car. All that shit.
Oh, this was so stupid. Yeah.
Okay, they do the old Hungarian mirror trick again, bitch. Okay, so
This was
everything is
sort of
backwards.
Sort of
It lasts
fun?
about 2 seconds.
Sort
though.
of.
True,
Right.
but I
So
did
he
write down here.
explains-
I did.
Wait,
I was
yeah,
like,
Ben?
why is there a car chase in a sorcerer?
It was
movie?
weird. It was
Right,
weird.
right.
And I was a bit like,
goes back to them-
"Well, I
I'd
don't
again
know."
rather have magic than
Well,
like action.
Whenever
Right?
whenever battle scenes in this movie are
By
about
Peter.
to like elevate and get more intense, they
Yeah.
move away from magic and they go to either a fist fight or a car chase
Yeah, they're like
or
no
like
thanks.
now I'm on an eagle. As soon as they have to make interesting
That is
magical
That's
choices,
very true.
they go the opposite way and they make
You're
it
like-
more grounded.
That is
Yeah.
true.
And it doesn't work.
Yeah. So
It's just
when you're in the Hungarian mirror trick, everything is backwards, and the only way to get back is to go into your
Go through an
reflection,
Own reflection.
right?
right.
So
But let me
yeah.
crack this.
yeah,
Here's the thing. How this works in the movie is one sorcerer pushes the other through a mirror,
yeah,
Mhm.
right? And they are now in a mirror dimension. The
Yes.
mirror
Which when
dimension
they say
is
backwards,
a literal
though,
it's a literal
It's
mirror
just-
dimension, which
Okay,
would
yeah,
mean that there's
yeah.
a mirror where you just went through. So why wouldn't you immediately just jump back through the mirror
yeah. Why wouldn't you
Well-
turn
you
around?
just got pushed through?
It doesn't make sense, right? When they're in the car chase and suddenly this property of the mirror trick is introduced, on the other side, Doc Ock is blowing up every window to make sure there
But it
isn't a
happens
reflection.
earlier.
It does.
But it happens earlier.
It does, and he's stuck on the other side of the mirror and can't get through.
He's knocking on the mirror that he got pushed through.
Why couldn't he just go through his reflection then?
that doesn't make
but then
sense.
later they can go through their
Later
reflection.
it's kind of cool because they are trying to find a reflective surface.
You're right, though.
And they're chasing him, but also trying to escape, and he's zapping glass and
sure, but why didn't
stuff.
it work that way earlier?
That's true, because he's like,
And-
go get the
and
other
I'll-
magicians passed
I'll
out.
give him credit for it. Could
I never
if
thought
you
about that.
if you had done the car chase scene now, it would look pretty cool because what happens is
Yeah.
Doc Ock like blows out the side of a building, a large pane of glass starts to fall, and they
Yes.
have to time the car to pass
Into-
through
yeah.
the glass, essentially as it
Yes.
shatters.
It's pretty cool.
Which
but
they
be-
do.
But because
do.
it's 2010, it sort of looks like garbage and doesn't really work.
They do it, though.
But yeah,
Yeah, you're right, though, that it doesn't make sense before. But whatever.
yeah, he
they,
gets trapped earlier, and they break
he's
their
like
own
knocking
rules.
on his reflection, so it doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
And David Blaine has to get him out.
They,
High-heeled
like you said,
David
Ken, they
Blaine.
drive through the reflection, they get back. And then Doc makes his car into a garbage truck and like starts crushing theirs, but then they like leave. Why not just crush them to death and be done? Like he takes the
don't
garbage
remember.
truck, he like half crushes them, and then when they get out of their car, like no one's in the garbage truck.
Well,
Why
I mean,
not just
keep
be
in
like,
mind,
"Meh."
Nick Cage is strong enough to catch himself on a ledge after falling 200 feet.
But
so,
he was having trouble in a garbage truck or in the crush truck. Or
well, it was
car.
pushing him down, but
Whatever.
there was no way a garbage truck would have the
Doc
strength
and the
to crush
magician
him.
are playing something. Blah blah blah. They have the
I've
Russian
been
nesting
inside a
doll.
garbage truck. Nick Cage could stop it.
Yeah, he could. He's right.
In the nesting doll, they're like, "Hey, let's release this little witch girl who helped put Salem on the map."
Salem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know she's a little biatch. Anyway, she shows up at Becky's work. She's being a total creep. We all exactly
Love
what you
it.
think.
Loved it.
Snatches
Yep.
Becky up. I do like her. She's a creeper, and I like it.
It was about a 15-second scene, but I liked it.
I liked it because she's like, "Hey."
What happens? Does
and
Becky
you're-
just like grab her by the wig and throw her out the window, or
No,
what
she
happens?
gets
No, so
sacrificed.
she catches Becky, and then Doc.
Oh, that's right.
Takes
Horvath
a
gobbles her
magic
up.
from
Yeah.
Blaine and from the girl. Okay.
Because apparently, to open up Morgana's prison,
need, like,
he
a
needs
lot of fucking
You need a
shit.
bunch of power.
sorcerer energy.
I
So
like
then-
that. That's a fun thing. So the
Which is
bad guy
fine.
is now releasing more bad guys, eating them, air
Yeah.
quotes, to get the power to crack the last Russian
Which-
doll.
Right, it's a very bad guy trait,
When I
right?
was
They're
looking for
only out for
pictures-
themselves.
They're turning on each other.
yeah.
Yeah.
There are pictures like when they're in the like Chinatown, when he's holding the doll, you can see the little girl witch lady on the Russian doll.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
do like that. Like if you
Which
go
is
back,
a
you're
fun
like, oh, you
little-
can see like she's coming up next,
Yeah.
bitch, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
um,
Just
Okay,
don't
so-
do a doll. Do like a mirror or a.
I don't know why
I
we're
don't
doing the
know.
Russian. Whatever. Frickin' frack. What the fuck are their names? Dave and Tony. Whatever.
Dave and Balthazar?
Sure. They sneak
frack.
into. I can't think. They sneak to
Nick
get
and
back
Knack.
to the doll, and when they're in the apartment of the magician guy, that's what it is. They're in his apartment. They're trying to find the doll. When they're in there, Doc. No, not Doc. I'm so sorry.
Balthazar.
Nick.
Bath
Balthazar falls into
He
the
falls
old.
he falls into, it has a specific name.
It does. It's a.
What is it? I'm trying to see.
It's the
Shit.
Turkish quick rug. Turkish quick
A
rug. I
Turkish
believe.
quick rug.
That
Yep,
is
I think
it.
it's
you're
a
That
right.
is
Turkish
it.
quick
I'm like
rug.
back on my, yeah.
Which the concept I love the word quick rug. I think that's perfect.
Yes.
I think that's gorgeous. He just walks
It's essentially
across. and whoop.
quicksand, right?
Which
Yeah.
we
Yes,
see
Persian quick
again
rug. I
in
see it.
Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. Hugh Grant pulls a
Does he do it?
Turkish quick rug on
Ah.
what's his face?
I don't know.
Is that true? Chris Pine?
Kirk, yeah, and
Yes,
Chris
Chris
Pine.
Pine.
Chris Pine falls in the Turkish quick rug.
But
Does
when
he? I need to
when
rewatch that movie. That's
Nick
a great.
is trying
That
to
movie
free
is
himself,
great.
he's like getting chains from the side of the room. Why are there so many goddamn chains in this room?
You know.
And there's like wheels turning. He's like,
Some
maybe
people
if I
like
could
that.
just get.
This is remember
Apparently.
this is David Blaine's
Anyway,
apartment, so
Dave
of course it would
sees,
be chains.
It makes
Dave
sense.
gets the doll, and then he sees
Right.
Doc.
Once you remember where you are.
Doc has Becky, and he's like, give me the doll in the ring, and then I'll give you Baxter's. And of course, he's like, sure, no problem. Nick is annoyed, but he's
Baxter's.
like, I would have done the same. Okay, no problem. Let's do this. He says Doc's going to Battery Park to release Morgana, which is like, okay. I don't know. It's
What's
weird.
the significance? I don't know.
Okay.
That's where
Oh,
they could
you
get
know
the
what it is?
satellite dishes.
Is this supposed to be like
And
battery?
they have to create a Merlin circle, a millennial circle,
But
which is the
how
thing
on
that
Earth were they like, well, I don't know, the satellites. What?
doesn't matter.
Look, do not judge.
Okay.
They had to come up with the MacGuffin on the spot
Whatever.
when the players decided
We're almost done here.
the
Dave tells Becky about
ceremony
everything.
was going to take place in Battery Park.
He tells Becky, and he's like, so you should go home and be safe. And she's
Hold
like,
your
well,
judgment.
I'm already in it. And so she wants to help, but you're like, shut up, Becky, but whatever. Okay.
Because
Nick left a note. Shh. We need to get through this. Saying that he had a necklace for Veronica, just give it to her when I die, that kind of thing. And of course, Dave is like, you're not going to die, bitch. And he heads over there. Okay. Doc walks up to a fountain, puts a doll in the middle, all this shit. He releases Veronica, which Morgana is in Veronica. Okay. Does that all make sense?
Yeah.
All this
A lot
crap
of nesting.
happens. Again, I said, why raise the dead if you're going to kill everyone? I don't understand what we're doing, but whatever. Okay,
we're
she
going to
starts
raise
saying
our
a
dead
spell.
Morganians.
She's using the satellites to send their signal, which the fact that she's been in there since, what, like 2,000 years?
How would she have performed
And
this
she's like,
ceremony before
"The
there were satellite
satellites!"
dishes?
Wouldn't you be like, I don't know what we're doing. You went in there at 740 AD.
How was it going to work the
and
first
you're telling
time?
me you're just like, let's do this shit. I
In
don't know.
740 AD, how would she have accomplished
Maybe
this?
that's all part of
I
the
don't know.
plan. Maybe she wanted to get captured.
Right.
I saw
She's
the
like,
future.
"Thank
We need
God."
satellites in a big ass city.
So Dave is asking Becky to
Trust
go mess
me.
up the satellites. Becky, of course, is afraid of heights, which honestly
Becky
has
saves this whole movie. Also,
she does. But
Yeah.
her also being like, I'm afraid of heights. That's it. Then she just
Whatever.
does it. Like has nothing. It's not like
Why-
that comes up later.
Why is it?
Yeah, it's not like she gets to the top and is
And
nervous
there's like, I
and
can't do it. She just does
No,
it.
she just runs up there and slaps the satellite dish.
and we're done. Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
does every D-list movie end so lackluster? You know, if there's any
It's like
redeeming
they had a good
qualities of the
idea.
movie, they can never wrap it up.
I feel like they had a good idea, and then they were like, but we have a time frame, and someone's like, cut out the first 20 page. Like they just like cut shit out then.
I think it's just there's always just like some sort of spectacle, and it's just like I don't know.
I mean,
You
I
gotta.
don't know.
There's a studio mandate for a big final third act that
So
we have to have a
embarrassing.
big sky laser.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
What's
you're
happening?
right.
We've got to raise the dead, or we've got to form some. It's like, I don't know who these people are. What if you
Wait.
didn't do that?
Before Becky
Right.
gets
What
there,
if you
though,
just didn't do that?
Morgana starts to raise the dead, and you know what that means? There's like fucking dementors flying all over. They're hitting up the cemeteries.
Oh, it's
But
ripped
also,
straight out of
the-
Harry Potter.
It's weird
visual
because it is
on
like
these things
it's
flying through the
it's
air?
dementors at cemeteries, and then we just hit up Egypt. It is Egypt and America, and that is
No,
it.
they go other places.
Do
It
they?
goes
Like-
to like, yeah, there's a bunch.
Are there a couple?
It's-
But a lot of
it-
times you're
it-
like,
it
oh, I didn't know we were
conveys
like
that it's
hitting up
across
the
the
whole
world.
world. Like it's I don't
Yeah,
know.
no,
it just
they're
seemed weird.
doing all the Morganians. Yeah.
Okay,
But there's only one prime Merlinian.
Nick is about to be attacked.
Is there a prime Morganian?
I don't know because
That's for
Morgana
the
never
sequel.
died.
It's probably like Becky or some shit. Nick's
Whoa,
about to be attacked,
nice.
and then Dave shows up with the Tesla coil attached to the car.
Attached to
bitch.
the
Oh, this is so stupid.
Okay.
This is like somebody
And-
came in
He-
at the 11th hour and was like, "What if we did Ghostbusters at the end?"
Yes. And then he hits Doc
And
with
that's
the
it. And
Tesla
then that
coil,
person
and Doc
left the
is
room.
done. Doc
Yeah.
is done. He gets hit with the Tesla coil. Becky hits one of the satellites out of place. Their little ring of fire around Manhattan goes away.
Is one misalignment.
Okay. And then
This movie's so
Nick
lazy.
sucks Morgana into himself instead of Veronica, which, as if he's trying to save her.
It's really phoned in.
Yeah.
Sorry, we just need to finish this. And
sorry, go ahead.
So Nick has Morgana in him instead of Veronica, and she's like, "What'd you do?" And he's like, as if he's like, "I'll take her." And then instead, Morgana's in him for like 2 seconds, and she's like,
She
nope.
just jumps
She
out.
just jumps
it doesn't
out,
make any sense.
Which I'm like, okay, Nick, nice job. Like, you didn't do a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
She's out and about. This is number 11.
We have a picture.
She's fighting them. She's hits them down. Guess who comes out? Dave, bitch. And he's like fighting her, and he doesn't have the ring, and he's like a full-on sorcerer and all that shit. So he's using science because he's a nerd. And so he gets electric lines to hook up his Tesla coil, and he attacks her machine gun style with lightning. Yes, this is my favorite picture.
This picture's so dumb.
This is her. This is Morgana
Sure.
dying. And she's like, ah! And like the
Oh
lightning.
yeah, he does. He goes. He's doing like a weird.
It's like,
it's funny that somebody asked
like,
Jay
it is a
Baruchel to like
lightning-
look
yeah.
intense, and he just sort of looks like he's falling asleep as he's doing it.
But also,
Rob is in this chat.
ahead of time, no one told him like, how do we kill Morgana? How do we defeat her? And instead,
Yeah, there's no plan.
he does lightning, and like, I guess good thing it worked.
Well,
But like, what if it was like she can only be killed by the?
No, because they don't wear rubber-soled shoes, so he knows they won't be grounded against the Tesla coil. That's why he hooks.
No.
Is there a scene where it cuts to his shoes?
Is it cut to
I'm
her
pretty
shoes?
sure.
shoes.
I'm pretty sure.
He's got old man fancy
he
shoes.
talks about that when he's hooking it up to the car.
But that's stupid. But what if it was like, yeah, guess what? Electricity doesn't do anything to her. It has to be the knife of the old soul, like some stupid shit.
The staff of Gerbeldar.
Like, what if he electrocuted her and she was like, "Okay, bitch," and just kept going?
Well, she just apparates to her coffin where she regenerates for a period of time.
No,
and the
Ben.
coffin is
Where are you
lined
taking
Wrong.
this
with the soil.
Wrong. Someone mute Ben.
In the bottom of the coffin is the soil
Okay.
from the.
He did it. Nick is dead.
from? In the bottom
Veronica's
of the toilet
sad.
is the soil.
Dave tries to save Nick and all this shit, and she's like, "Can't you do something with the Tesla coil to save him?" and all this crap. Which I want to be like, maybe just try like
Does
science,
he defibrillate
like
him?
CPR. Like, let's just try the use. Maybe. I don't know. He does something like that. Nick wakes up, of course, bumbling shit and all this crap. Now, during this time, we have some sly bachelors going on, okay? Dave slips him the necklace that Nick was going to give Veronica about 2,000 years ago. Okay, he had in his pocket, and he was like, "Here you go, little bitch." And he slides it into his hand while he's still
I wanted
waking
a
up
line
from
that
death.
was. I wanted a line that was like, "You ain't dead yet," right? You gotta.
He's like,
you
"Here
gotta-
you go, bitch," and he kind of...
Yeah, you gotta get some of that.
And so he gives it to
Mom slaps him
Veronica.
awake.
But also, can you
Right.
imagine if you're Veronica? Okay, you're Veronica. You've been, I don't know, asleep, whatever, for so many years.
Maybe it was like a stasis, like a snap of the
And-
fingers. The last thing she knew, she would get sucked in.
Shit has happened. You wake up, your love has died. He's like risking his life, all this shit. And then if he was like, "I got you this necklace," I'd be like, okay, like why is that what you're doing right now?
Cool.
I've
What?
held onto this necklace for 1,200 years.
Is this something you would do bad and you'd be like, "I'm so mad that you did
I can't. 1,200 years I've held onto that necklace.
I'd be like, that I don't care about a goddamn necklace right
I wish
now.
I never would have bought it.
Okay, Nick comes back, baby.
Have fun
Guess-
in your eternity
I want everyone to guess
alone.
right now. You have one guess. What song comes on?
Tell me what you want.
Tell me what you want from me.
So Becky shows
Gonna
up.
give all my
Secrets away. Becky's like, "Oh my God, I'm alive and you're alive," which is like, thanks, Becky.
Yes,
That's
thank
great.
you.
Cool.
Clearly.
Dave
Great
is like,
backs,
Dave
backers.
goes, "Are we friends or like
Oh, love
girlfriend and
this.
boyfriend.
Love this.
And she kisses him, and then she's like, definitely
Oh,
girlfriend.
definitely
girlfriend.
She like goes full Bratz mode.
Yes.
It's
And then
bizarre.
he
She
goes,
like
do you want to go to France? And then that giant fucking metal bird from the Chrysler building comes down. They get on, and she's like, "You're fun," and they fly away.
Of all the
That is
stuff
the
you
end.
could do,
That is the end.
of all the stuff you could do with magic,
Fun.
we're gonna fly on a metal bird across the
France?
Atlantic.
That's my-
That sounds fucking
that's my
awful.
my biggest problem with this is of all the things you could do with magic, they do almost nothing
Nothing.
with magic in this movie.
Well, actually, it's what you can do with science, Ken.
Right. Well, maybe that was their first mistake.
That's
I don't know.
Okay, but you're right.
No,
Like
they don't
they
do fucking
explain
anything.
physics and science of magic, but then magic
It
makes
doesn't matter.
makes mops have like come to life.
But also sometimes it's like I guess you can
And
get shit
sexually
to come to
assault
life.
a young man.
It does. That one time, the mop's fucking handle is
I'll have
like
to go back
jamming
and
him in
see
the
it.
ass, and he's like, "Oh, okay, Becky."
Oh,
and it's
sorry.
Like, why
get
is
back
it?
in the elevator.
Why is it
I'm
fucking
about
doing
to
that?
get electrocuted.
Like
This
you're trying
movie's
to talk, and
stupid.
it's like, why? But I guess the only thing magic can do is make like random objects come alive, like the bird, the broom.
Shoot those lame ass orbs.
That's about it.
This movie wasn't so much a waste of time though. Like it was kind of like it was like fun enough to watch. It's just like I feel I feel like it was so easy to make this movie and they were just
Oh,
too
God.
lazy to do it.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Like it's
Yeah.
this is
This
such
is-
an easy movie to make and yet even then they were just too lazy to actually
That's
make
the
it.
thing. That's the thing. This reeks of like low effort, high budget. Ironically, what was
Yeah.
the
Ben,
budget?
what was the budget? Researcher.
we come across these
Oh.
movies all the time.
budget.
We come across these movies where in today's numbers it's like, oh, it's a $250 movie,
Right.
and you're like, where?
Yeah,
Where did the money go?
but I think this movie did make
Probably
money,
100. Did it?
but I mean, was
It
it
did
good?
make
I think
money.
it made money just because it's like a Disney and it's a PG.
Budget
But-
was
but also-
150 million. Box office was 215. So it didn't.
150?
Okay, so it's
150.
probably
Okay.
broke even. It probably broke even. But
Yeah.
like this is textbook. Oh yeah, everybody loves the Sorcerer's Apprentice concept. First of all, do they? Does
Yeah. What the fuck?
anybody
you talking
know
about?
what that is? We're just gonna hire 2 or 3 actors that are relevant right now, regardless of their ability to act. We're going to crank out a script in 30 seconds. This is a chat GPT script.
Like we could right now be like, we have till 1 a.m. Let's do
Yeah.
this, and we could
Yeah.
have the script. Like here we
You
go.
go on to chat GPT, write in,
Oh yeah.
prepare a script for The Sorcerer's Apprentice 2 based on The Sorcerer's Apprentice from 2010. And you would,
It would have a
you'd be done.
full script,
You'd be done. That'd be it.
right? And it'd probably be better than this.
It would be the same. At the very
That's
least,
true.
it would be
wouldn't
the
be
same.
Yes.
worse. It
Yeah.
wouldn't be worse. There was no dialogue in this movie that
Well,
was like.
I think Ken said
"Whoa,
it too.
that's clever."
No one had a personality. If someone
No,
was
these
like,
are-
"Well, what's Dave's personality? Nerd. What's Becky?
Nerd, dork.
hot girl from
Hot-
4th
hot?
grade." Well,
Who's
I mean, that's
Way
what she's
nicer
supposed
than
to
she
be.
needs to be. Yeah.
Also,
But,
it's like,
like-
why'd you like him? Because he fixed your fucking radio
'Cause he
station?
peed
None
his
of it makes
pants?
sense.
I don't. She's,
Talking about the
and
Dave
she's into
Stilton?
that?
It makes no sense. Okay.
I just
I don't know.
this I won't derail it and waste too much time. This is like hyper mediocrity, and this is how you make people not want to go see movies,
That is true.
right?
Yes.
That is very true.
Yeah.
This is
Stop it.
this is right. Like people talk about Star Wars fatigue or comic book movie fatigue or even Western movie fatigue. Those genres die because of mediocre
Yeah.
movies.
Right.
A bunch of mediocre movies. Not
Nobody
because
would
of
ever
one
say
bad one.
Star Wars fatigue if those three movies, the three Disney Star Wars, had been good.
I don't
Well,
know.
exactly.
You got George's entrees look good in hindsight, but we lived through it.
Vince's.
They weren't great. Anyway,
Someday we'll do those. That's a lot of work though.
I don't want to go down that road.
That's too far. That's too much work because you have to do like 8
Well, and
movies before it.
I have to believe one day we'll get good Star Wars, and we've gotten
we'll see.
glimpses of it.
That's true.
A little bit.
So
That's true. All right. Well, everybody who tuned in live for the show, thank you very much for tuning in, for commenting here and there. Really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun to have some people watching. And for everybody tuning in on YouTube in the future, hello, and thank you for sticking with us.
welcome. Hello from the past.
Yes, indeed. And with that, we will wrap up this stream and see you guys later for another terrible D-list movie review. Who knows what's next?
We're gonna do it again.
Torturing Ken.
I will never
every
let Ken
month
do a good
for the
movie.
rest of his life.
I have forehead hurts. What do we want to watch? Let's just tease them a little bit.
Well, we could do the second. What was the movie?
Huntsman,
The
Snow White movie without Snow White?
Prequel, yeah, prequel equal
Ooh,
sequel.
We'll leave it with
What
that.
was it?